And Haven is going to be the first destination between these two teams. Let's see what we got on the Asian roster.
Yeah, expected here for DRG, similar composition as before. The same composition as before. Life and Spirit spearheading the team with the double duelist. They're going to be following that Sky Dog when they're on that attack side. On defense, so where they're starting, it's all about the trap plays. It's about the early round aggression. I love watching their Haven right now, and I'm hoping that it sees it out today. XLG side, they've gone for a composition switch. Usually they play the Gen G style composition, and I have my criticisms. They're way too passive on the map with that composition, and I hope with this new double duelist look that they're going to bring out the fire a little bit more.
Yeah, the big question is, especially between the two initiators, DRG working with the Sky, they have a little bit more info they can work with combined with the Cypher camera, whereas XLG are just stuck with the Sova. So after they burn that drone, it's going to be, can DRG force that drone out from Sova and kind of eliminate information on the map and then find where they can kind of blitz with the double duelist and end?
I think if you're XLG as well, we're seeing this now coming into London, that it looks as though Phoenix and Jet has been their read on the meta. I think they need to be able to make it count, especially starting on this attack side. You are going up against a Waylay and a Neon on the other side, who are going to be pushing out those extremities, fighting for A lobby. We will see that paired up with the Sky as well. How synergized this DRG team can look, I think, is going to be one of the key things starting on that defense.
When Spirits is on that Waylay and he has another duelist to work with him, he is phenomenal. I think look out for him today in this matchup.
All right, well, thank you guys, and thank you, Wendler. All right, to take us through this regional matchup of China, we have Achilles and Paper Thin.
It's looking to be an action-packed day. DRG, XLG backs up against the wall. Elimination is on the line. Only one can stick around here at Masters London.
Yeah, I mean, so much to prove here for both of these teams. Some rough outings for them in their beginning series. They couldn't get any maps. Even though XLG did come a little bit closer against NRG, it's still not what you wanted to see out of the CN team. So you hope that today,
for sure,
whoever comes out of this, it's a momentum builder, it's a confidence builder, and they could go into that decider series and make their way into playoffs and represent the region.
Well, that is a very quick clear on the cam in mid. XLG going to be suspicious about this potential lurk forward. Spirit in position to maybe try to get the catch on Happyway if he continues to scale forward, but it's going to be flexing, able to find the first kill as Raga's going to be taken down by Happyway. Finds one in reply. Ukashu challenging in for this fight. Does take the brunt of the damage, but Happyway now going to be encroached upon and taken out. Ukashu with a repeat into Garage, able to find OMEN at the same time. Lysor now fighting forward, taking the fight right to their doorstep. They bring it back into a 2v2.
One enemy remaining.
Being tapped on live. Now just Leo backpedaling away. 70 HP, finds that follow-up kill, but cannot get the round win. DRG will take the opening pistol.
Yeah, so just some good trading early here for DRG. They do a nice job as well as sneaking some players up the gut, up the middle early. Find that little bit of extra oomph to this to make sure that Happyway has no real hope of getting out of that situation. Bukashu, a big kill there with the swing back into the doors. And then, of course, with WS layout on his lonesome at the end, a little bit tough. Got one, but again, the trade's good for DRG. So a really nice early kill for Flexen through the smoke, so it's a big difference maker there. Hopefully, oh, look at this though.
Yeah, full force.
Wow.
Stingers across the board, full armors as well for the majority of these players, anticipating that outlaw on the other side in the hands of Ukashu. For now, we'll be looking to circumnavigate him. They are going into a stack, and it's a very quick pivot for DRG to try to slow this up. That drone's going to be sent down first and foremost as Spirit. Swinging the corner, able to find a good amount of damage. OMEN going to be taken low, but not taken down quite just yet. They can't align that Stinger, but the rest of the team absolutely does. XLG looking incredible. It's a very snappy shot here from Bukashu.
Spike planted.
He's going to need 2 more of those. Right on top of the boxes, Raga and XLG. They take the gamble. They win it all 1-1.
Yeah, we've been seeing this a lot this event where teams on their opponent's map picks, if they lose that opening pistol, they're wanting to go into that forced buy. You know, NRG's done it, so this is, I think, a pretty good strategy where you know that your opponent is maybe a little bit better than you in some ways at this map, so there are certain advantages you can try to take.
That's an eco round, baby! Nice one, too.
You forced spot there, no man, like, Still, it's the right call, and it works a treat.
Just a punch to the gut for DRG. There's Nomad now with that outlaw. Ooh. Getting pinned into the corner. Life wants to try to collect his kill. Slides into the corner himself, and now the tail went out. The updraft to open the corner. Nomad with the movement, able to get himself out to safety, and Life just cannot capitalize. Now has to back away. And he has nothing but a classic in hand.
Yeah, beautiful paranoia there from Lysor as well to make sure that OMEN gets out of dodge. Very clean exit. That could have gone a lot worse.
Well, with the re-clear with that draw on the curveball going to be sent in. They know exactly where he's at, and Raga will be able to fish him out. Life eliminated Molly over to the corner. Can also just step into that, get the heels going, and Raga suddenly is just one away from having that run it back online. Would love to not have to use it in this round. If it comes down to it, will commit it just to ensure they gain the lead.
Yeah, XLG paused, though. That gave DRG the time they needed to get into place to try to set up this defense. They get a little bit of a spot, too, so it still is maybe going to get a little dicey for XLG.
Swap of the weaponry. Get that outlaw passed over as Nomad will take point, but it's going to be Spirit coming away with two with that bandit and Hamid Lysor.
Spike
backfilling that space. Gets a couple eliminations as well. And Flexin, well, he's going to have to go TPing past. This one will not be noted, no one in audio range. But to try to find the round win from here would be miraculous. So XLG, well, slated to move up 2-1. It's just a question of how costly can this be made. Player on the angle, and Raga to take him down. XLG, clean stuff overall, 2-1 start as we get ready to go into the first real buy round for DRG.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing some encouraging signs here for XLG. Raga looking really sharp to start. Spirits as well. I mean, he's really impactful on this map when you go back to the last time these two teams squared off on it in the lower bracket finals in China. It was Spirit, Z1, and Vukashu who were leading the way. But here for XLG, even more important, you're going to be coming into this round with two big ultimates. Like you mentioned, the Phoenix, we also have the Hunter's Fury for WS Leo. So you've got a great opportunity to get a 3-1 start here as XLG if you can find your opportunities. Nothing found there with the early util to gain a little bit of space at the very least, but just trying to fish maybe for a Hunter's Fury opening pick. Seeing if you can maybe punish Vukashu, that would be great if you could catch him out. But so far, DRG playing a little bit further back, looking to re-clear some space.
No man, just watching, waiting for this. The pop flash not going to be connecting onto him. Goes for the peek, is able to find Spirit Z1 immediately. Re-peeks it, gets himself a second, but it's going to be Nick coming away with 2 kills as well. Both duelists now eliminated, and that run it back out of the equation. Does he an immense amount of damage, and obviously cannot heal himself back up to full, and Halfty Way, well, continues to be on point with the aim. Immediately gets him back into an advantageous position. The C site opened up. WS Leo pushing forward, clearing that space. Camera still is there. Will now be cleared out, but the plant can come through.
Love to see WS Leo get a little bit deep here, but they're going to try to play this up close and personal.
Planted. Violsum.
Yeah, not going to be playing back. Doesn't want to try to go for that Hunter's Fury, and he might just be regretting that decision. Vukashu, always a player to be respected. There's Happy Way now needing to try to clutch this out. An incredible player in his own right, the double approach. Not gonna be jumping up to Lumber, but Vukashu is on the angle, and he has them dead. A massive 3K to tie it up at 2-2.
Got to question this post plan a little bit for XLG in 2 ways. Not only the Hunter's Fury, but you have so much on the backside of this. You have all of your Cypher util out watching your flank, so you know that long is likely to be still clear, or at least maybe there's one player there that you have to worry about, but I think you could have set up for the long post plant and made that a little bit easier on yourself. Don't give Vukashu those opportunities, because he is electric and he will capitalize more often than not.
Let's go.
It is going to be a glass cannon buy for Life, though. It's DRG able to get that win, trying to scale into something bigger. Still a lot of ults, but really close to a bunch are DRG now, too. One away from 3 out of their 5 ults. Back off a Spirit.
And minor damage going to be suffered. Nothing they can't shrug off for now. Nearly a stacked deck available for XLG. 2 charges away from having 5 ultimates. DRG still trailing in that department. Would love to get these online. Seekers in particular, going to be great for that info gather.
Let's see if they have the confidence to just make this A hit go. Looks like they will.
Well, wow, that is a hell of a shot. Just to immediately shut down that ultimate. Relay bolt as well invested just to try to slow down the approach. OMEN still does go diving forward. Spirits going to be taken down. So this starts looking a bit more difficult for them, but Leo has been tagged up. Can he get into a deep position, though, to try to utilize this Hunter's Fury is going to be my question. For now, we'll just set out with the drone, sending that up into heaven, spotting out 2 to 3 players. Good amount of info going to be gained. It's like one of the try to go for this entry, slides down over the top of the box, able to find the first, looking for that transfer over to Lysor, but Lysor will be able to take him down, but Kashu rallies back, 2 kills of his own. Drop down going to be coming in. Nick with the barrel stuff is able to find no man, and now it is all on Happy Way. Once again, the Seeker going to be sent out. Bukashu to be taken down. Happy Way gets it into the 1v1. Nick just scaling forward. Closer and closer. Has that elimination. Gets over onto the defuse. Makes it decently close, but cannot win the round. It's going to be DRG once again into the lead.
And again, these post plants are really shaky for XLG.
Joke's over.
You hit on a point that I'm concerned about here is that WS Leo, he's the one planting, he's the one who's already got his ult, he's the one who needs to be in the back lines. They need to spread out, give some space to kind of set up the crossfires a bit more. I'd like to see personally. Wouldn't mind seeing the coaching staff, frankly, get involved here early for XLG, because I think there's a lot that you need to tweak. Don't give them the opportunities, and some frustration with the coaches, because you're giving yourself advantages in every one of these, and then you're giving DRG opportunities to run it back with some big multi-kills, some good retake efforts.
Going to be a pacey hit onto the C site. Plenty of players near enough by, though, for DRG to try to get a swift retake going. Tripwire for now going to be holding Happy Way back. The Paranoia going to be sent forward, and Bukashu forced away, but no man as he tries to push up in the window. He just gets taken down as Bukashu has activated, finds himself another kill. Jumps up on top of the window, maybe a bit of an overstep as Lysor will be able to find that one, but they're still so very favored. Leo dead to the dog, and DRG now moving up 4-2.
Well, you give Bukashu the opportunities, and a little bit of help there from Flexen, who sets him up nicely. He's going to throw a little bit of util in there, right before the flash gets through. Swinging that corner. And again, you know, I know this one's an eco, but you're chewing through an ult cycle here for XLG, and you're giving DRG a shout back into this when you should have had them on the back foot quite heavily. Instead, they've strung 3 together. You might be kicking yourself at the end of this one, but let's see how they want to change it up. Looks like maybe a little bit more of an aggressive C push, and widely avoiding it, I think, you know, early in the rounds, because, well, typically Bukashu is going to be over there, and that's often kind of the strategy you're going to see CN teams employ, is avoid Bukashu at all costs early and try to put him in bad positions in post plants, but so far XLG can't accomplish that. Well, there's one. Trade.
Nick, yeah. Going to be the only casualty thus far. Relay bolt able to be avoided. The Paranoia as well going to be sent as they trying to get this trap play sprung on WS Leo. It's way out of there, but let's have a listen in.
Come here, help you.
this one cái window.
안정로 돼요. 뭐지?
They lock it. They lock it. They lock.
Window.
I'll Let's just close it. Oh, recalling 10 seconds. I got so. I can watch.
CT well, play. Care flank now. Care flank.
Better fight CT.
I think they go flank. They go flank.
I have recon. I can recon.
And now the contact here at backside. Roger trying to push forward, but
one enemy
not
remaining.
ready for Flexen to be in that position. Clean turn back. Leo able to find himself a second, looking for that third, but will be Spirit C1 to sit him down. DRG continuing to string together these round wins, now up by 3 from the defender's side. And you have to question XLG, are they going to be calling that timeout?
They have to. There's so much you need to be talking about here in terms of some weird setups where you're leaving your Sova late to try to watch the flank with a drone when you've given up a ton of space to DRG early, and that's the spike too, by the way. And again, WS Leo, he's putting up numbers, sure. But he's been sitting on that Hunter's Fury for 4 or 5 rounds.
Not going to have much of a voice to keep going like that, but who cares if you're able to find the win, avoid that elimination. It will be that timeout call for XLG. So we take a look at the Coinbase win condition. A lot of these ultimates that have been built up just have not been able to get committed into these rounds.
Well, it's kind of their own making. It's not like DRG has put them in position.
Oh, yeah.
Then I'd say that previous round. That's the only one where I'm like, okay, I get it. You really didn't have an opportunity. But it's XLG at the time. They have the opportunities to position around a little bit more. And I really hope that's what Havoya is talking about here with the boys. This, you know, that you've given yourself some really good opportunities in some of these rounds in terms of finding the open space on the map, getting to a plant relatively safely, but then your post-plant setups are wanting. So, you know, it is a different comp here for XLG. It is a change of ideas, so some still kind of uncomfortableness with all of this, with this Jet Phoenix composition that they're running, I suppose, but still, I think some absolutely basic fundamental things that need to be tightened up quickly for XLG.
There.
Still able to get themselves a bye going into this one. A couple players with half armors, but no outlaws inside on the DRG side. I'm just looking for a quick check down towards that sewer, and nothing's going to be spotted. Meanwhile, Refract activated as Spirit Z1 wants to go on this push down into mid. We'll have that expire. Just takes the double dash out to safety.
The shock dart missed. I think it was supposed to clear the trip.
I think it was recalled.
Scout destroyed.
That or a late placement from Fukashu. Either way, they're avoiding having the Sova get rid of that util nice and early. Drone up through the window. I think that Flexen might have slipped that net. Doesn't get spotted, but isn't going to try to press the issue either. Decides to just back away.
Yeah, Happy Way gets away with one a little bit there. But this whole time, XLG has had 3 players sitting here holding control, looking for that DRG push out. They are going to get confirmation of presence, and look at the heavy rotation from DRG. They have phenomenal reads right now. They've really started to kind of figure out this XLG game plan.
I mean, Noman's just trying to swing a corner, and Nick just finds him on a timing. That is catastrophic. Raga now having to do everything. That Hunter's Fury finally going to be invested. Raga able to find that first elimination, but quickly gets traded out. Nick off the flank side. He's able to find the kill. He gets himself a third.
Got your trail.
And XLG are getting shut down at every twist and turn.
10 seconds left.
The DRG just feels like they have the read, they have the aim, they have every key advantage. That's another ult committed to no avail now for XLG.
Yeah, again, nice sharp shots from WSAO, but it is going to be Wukashu right at the end that takes him down.
I need this.
That's going to be another gun dropped at the end of it. There was no time left on the clock there. Yet, he did pull it, you're right. He grabbed it right in time. Really heads up stuff from Wukashu. Nick has been really sharp over here at Long A. Saw where he got those 2 kills earlier where there was that 3v3 scrape, and he's just locking it down. I mean, that is so scary for XLG that, you know, you've got Wukashu on one side of the map who's going crazy, Nick on the other side, so the extremities of the map are completely locked out.
And now you're pushed back to another thrifty attempt. Sheriff's a Bandit and a Stinger to try to make a go of this one. As Raga looking to lead the charge forward into the C site, but again, the heavier stack from DRG is leaning on this side of the map, ready to counteract this. Meanwhile, Lurk, okay, not going to go punished. Happy Way lucky to be alive as that cage is about ready to fall.
Spike
Plant
down.
does not go through, but Raga hits 2 belter shots. As Flexen Spears, he wants to be taken down. The ult can be popped as well, and it's enough of a distraction. And Nick wants to try to collect this. He will be able to find Raga after all. Gets himself a second no man eliminated, but Lysor gets this into a 2v1. The plant can now come through safely. Happy Way scaling forward and will be able to land the shot. It's going to be a Mastercard thrifty for XLG to find their 3rd round win.
Okay, that one looked pretty good. Able to just take a little bit of a confidence push, a good call off the rip. And Raga has been pretty good, honestly. know things have been rough for XLG, but Raga's looked pretty sharp with the aim. A huge kill with the stinger there for OMEN, up close and personal, protecting that Phoenix ult. Very nicely done there.
Can't always be sunshine and rainbows. A bit of dismay there, but DRG still with a pretty hefty lead. Oh my God, OMEN.
Come on.
It's just catching strays left, right, and center.
Cover going.
Another brutal way to try to kick off this round, push forward into the cage. And Raga will be outdone. Lysor only able to find the one in return, and now it's a 2v4.
Nowhere to go, nowhere to TP to. Happy way. Ooh, got dinked, but able to kill anyway.
Oh, and it's close to being taken out by that wall bang. He's gonna try to rescale this position. Kashu's still very suspicious of it, and with the swing out, yeah, we'll eventually be able to find it. That leaves Lysor now in a 1v3. Swing in, the spot out. And it will be Spirit C1 to eliminate him. DRG up to 7. A lead confirmed at the half. And now it's just about how big can they make this.
I suspect pretty big. Flexen just taking shots off the smoke drop. Just says, well, if you guys are pushing this way, I'm probably going to do some damage at the very least. Now, still the open play. I don't even know DRG's fully aware that it was bought by Life. I don't think he ever had to do anything in that round, but
I don't think he fired a single shot.
I don't think he did. And now you've got the convergent paths as well for Spirit Z1 again. So this time they learned, don't lock out through after the smoke. Couple guns in the hands, Happy Way and Lysor. Otherwise, Bandits and a Sheriff, which frankly, XLG looks good with.
Spirit Z1. Scott back, ready to go. The saturate into the corner, the double dash forward, and it's going to be Lysor dead. The spike on the floor. OMEN only able to find the one shot, and now it is just WS Leo. A 1v4, a hopeless endeavor. No way to really make a go of this. And no util to even try to assist in it. He has to give his life over. Can't survive this round, no weapons to be recovered, no spike to die to. Just has to pick left or right and see if he can find one, and he will find none. Nick will get him in the end. It's gonna be DRG now up 8-3. As they have been running away with this map.
Yeah, really just steady stuff overall. Trying to sell a little bit of a fake or trying to create an extra angle with Raga there. He's all on his own. Goes down to Bukashu. Then Spirit Z1 does a great job. He's done a solid effort on the waylay. Taking a little bit of contact, refracting out, making sure that he's not giving anything up early. Getting a little bit of info for his team as well. So DRG ahead in a lot of different aspects of the game right now. Bukashu's gonna grab an Odin.
Slide in, relay bull, not gonna pop the overdrive in behind this as well. Life just trying to see if he can find anything. Catch any stray shots through. He won't be able to, but this does establish an immense amount of map control for DRG around A.
And it gets Nick very close to a Seekers, one away. So all that space gained gives you a ton of map control here too. Kashu's got the early warning system right on the C site. Looks like a bit of a crunch.
If they take that space, they just get Life set up on a line with that operator, and now everybody else can continue to lean between C and B.
Exactly.
DRG are playing this incredibly well. There's Lysor just teeping back out, and OMEN. I don't believe in curses, but at a certain point, I'm starting to become convinced. He's died 3 times, and they haven't been able to see him.
Your Preds at this stage haven't convinced me.
Fair point. But here's that op. Never clearing it out, and Life. Oh, he is just picking them to pieces. He's looking for another Lysor. Will be able to sit him down, but again, it's going to be a 2v4. The neural theft invested. I believe the third one of this half is Bukashu. She's been racking them up so quickly.
Spike planted.
Right, gets into play. There's a Hunter's Fury, but yeah, no opportunity to use it. Bukashu immediately is there. Shuts him down on that exit back over to long, and now Convergent Paths sent out. Lysor slowed up with no real angle to try to play around. The hinder will expire, but the defuse is being stuck. He is dead. Bukashu's got 3, and DRG get up to 9.
I mean, just ahead of the curve pretty much the whole way through. Yes, XLG threw in the force buy, threw in a little chaos, got themselves 2 rounds, but outside of one more, that was all they could muster.
And this needs to be one hell of a defender side from them. Attacker side is where that bread should be buttered, but they just could not really get the gears turning on this XLG side. So a quick little break to try to gather the thoughts to put some plans together. But whether or not they can enact them is a completely different conversation, a completely different matter. But with elimination on the line, they've got to be feeling the heat. And DRG got to be feeling pretty damn good. In the halftime, though, let's go ahead and send it down to Frankie. He's going to be standing by with a very special XLG fan.
I am here with Maria, who is No Man's girlfriend. First of all, it's quite convenient that Masters is in London for you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I live in London, so conveniently I just came from work, ran here just to watch him play. And I think like every other fan, I'm stressed watching this right now.
I can imagine, but you've literally seen No Man's life change because you guys got together before he became a VALORANT pro.
Yeah, we actually met in Exeter University playing volleyball. So yeah, his life has completely changed right now. I currently live in London, he lives in China. But we manage this very well because we support each other in anything that we do.
Who is more competitive though, you or him?
Oh, definitely me. 100%. And I love playing against him because it just brings my more competitive side, and I love winning against him.
So you ever play VALORANT together?
Well, we've tried, but he definitely doesn't let me play his ranked games.
That is so mean, but maybe you can jump into some games of deathmatch together. So if you could say anything to him right now to get him back into the game, what would that be very quickly?
Honestly, I just rushed from work, got into many tubes, run here to make it on time. James, lock in.
Lock in, James, okay? You heard the woman. Good luck.
We'll see if he can lock in, because at the moment it has been a rough showing for XLG. Everybody very close in the kill department on this squad, but you take a look at the other half at DRG side and Bukashu. He is showing up. He is activating in a way that he was not able to do in that opening series. 17, 7, and 6.
He is just so rock solid. And, you know, like the desk was talking about, with these two teams facing each other, that comfort that they're going to have, you were expecting some step up, some confidence from the players that we were really looking forward to seeing here in London from China. And Bukashu was one of those, top on the list for a lot of people. One of the best Sentinel players, definitely the best Sentinel player in China, no doubt about that. Oh, there's a little bit of damage on the life.
A decent little early spam, but of course with the Sky there, Nick is going to be able to put him back up to 100.
And now we're just going to slowly scale forward, and I mean, Leo's all on his own.
It needs to be good for at least one here, if not more. Paranoia goes across Bukashu, starting to scale forward. He's been spotted out now and will be overwhelmed. Spritzy1 able to find that kill. Raga frantically trying to push forward. Will only be good for the single kill. Spritzy1 finds 3, Life gets another. And now it is just Happy Way. Trying to clutch this out. Solid and clean kill onto Bukashu. Gets rid of the raid boss, but there are still plenty of characters to try to dispatch. This Trailblazer will have the spot out, and he's going to try to reposition or at least fake his way back into heaven. The heals again going through. Double swing ready from the one side. Player at hell will be taking the fight and taking that kill. DRG. Both pistols are theirs. They hit double digits. XLG trailing by 7.
I mean, this round for me is just a great microcosm of why DRG is so much better on this map. They're given the extra space. There's zero information about this, and they have a great little setup on the execute. It's a Paranoia to lock WS Leo in. They're going to get a player up high, and while Bukashu's swinging into him, he has no hope there, and then they're able to just turn on a dime and eliminate the flood, because they know that once that corner is clear, there's only one other place, really, that XLG can come from. Happy Way, Lysor are going to grab Sheriff. Saraga with another Bandit.
He's considering this swing. Spot on the 1. Does get some damage in. But again, the Sky is there to nullify that. So armor lost. looks like DRG were maybe anticipating a forced buy here, given that they all go for those full armors. There's no outlaw to be seen.
This is so good. Just a dive in, have the refract ready. You see more than you'd like to see, so you can do a quick pivot. Just really solid stuff from DRG.
And again, it is just WS Leo alone, same position. The rest of his teammates quite far away. Lysor the nearest one, but he's going to go pushing out into mid. WS Leo tries to take that fight, gets the headshot through, but cannot confirm the kill onto Bukashu.
Spike planted.
This tripwire now going to be broken. And he's got this outlaw to try to watch the angle. Bukashu just going to go backpedaling away. Bit of a botch on the camera setup, but Spitzy1 pushing forward, swinging the corner. It's a gorgeous headshot from Happyway, but he needs a hell of a lot more. And he's able to find another.
Ooh.
Lysor also getting involved, but Flexen has him lined up. The spray down is there. And with that final peek in, Nick will get them over the line in this close, but not close enough. Would have been a massive potential swing for XLG, but DRG are now just 2 rounds away from taking this opening map.
Yeah, just a few little hiccups in the micro department. Like the idea from WS Leo to push down towards sewers, you know, show something a little bit different than he did on the pistol, catch him a little bit off guard. You know, the 3-man flank, also not a bad idea here, put some pressure on them, but DRG with those Spectres, just a little bit too much left in the tank there. Now you're coming into full rifles as XLG. Can't make any more mistakes, and oh boy, that's life. He's taken care of, but still damage done.
Sprinting at him. Flexing as well, storming his way forward. Good spray and pray through this smoke, but not going to be rewarded for that quite just yet. Leo tucking over around to the corner. Shot does connect. Roger going to be taken out low, and Flexing up into heaven. He's able to find 2, breaks his ankles on the drop down, but it doesn't really matter too much. He gets them into a 2v1 as they look to get up to map point. Swinging the corner, and Happyway, he's not ready. DRG, they just have a full run of this map, and it feels like XLG, it's time to just focus up and get ready for Fracture.
Yeah, the confidence in the comms are just flowing. When you're getting that opening kill with the Stinger, it's life as well. And then Flexing, great idea here to get up into heaven. It makes things so much more difficult for XLG, where they maybe had a shout into that. It's kind of stalled out that hit maybe, and then all of a sudden they give up that little bit of extra space, and going to work was Flexing from on high. So have to buy up. No other choice as XLG. No armor for Happyway, just a Guardian.
Drone going to be seeing plenty in mid. Lysor dead. Flexing able to find him over there on the side. I think he was up top on B. He ends up getting picked, but Spiritsy1 and Bukashu both going to be eliminated, and Happyway finds another scale forward out of garage. Rewarded with another kill. XLG, some signs of life to be shown here. Flexing can drag this one back. He's got the ultimate. He can pick up the spike. And ult up immediately going to be invested off the back of that. Gets himself into a smoke, but it's a quick scale coming through. Has to now reposition. Tailwind forward. Noman arriving on the site behind the box. Gun barrel. Not going to be spotted, and that's a confident swing from Noman, and exactly what you need to be seeing if XLG are going to try to get themselves back into this map.
Yeah, for sure. And talked about Happyway there, no armor and a Guardian, and he hits 2 crazy good shots from a Link. You see it right here. One of them at least. Oh, the second just slamming through the wall. I mean, maybe it's about time something went XLG's way, I suppose, but gonna need a lot more of that, because the economy's still not there to even get full rifles. Rarga on a Spectre has his ult. WS Leo has the Hunter's Fury, getting close to the ult cycle for DRG. So this round, winnable for XLG. Just need to get there. Had some struggles.
Fast lane out. Trip going to be cleared. Spirit Z1 able to just dive over the top, makes his way over to Plat, and he tears them asunder. Noman and Happyway both eliminated. Rarga immediately snapped back on the ultimate, just there around the corner and already eating more damage. Hunter's Fury sent in a desperate bid from WS Leo, but there hasn't even been a tap on this plant. Rarga will be able to find one with the spray and pray. He'd been taken so low, so Nick immediately rewarded with it. And now WS Leo needing to pull off a 1v3, and Bukashu is on the low. Dominance on Haven. DRG They take their map pick 13-4.
And they find their first win on the global stage as an organization. Congrats to them. Well earned. That was phenomenal stuff.
Now we get ready to go to Fracture. XLG's map pick. Their backs are against the wall. If they cannot close out that map, they will be eliminated from Masters London. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go! Let's go! What's up? What's up? Nice in there! Let's go in there!
Welcome back. DRG win their first global map. Unfortunately, against one of their brothers, XLG, today. But they look absolutely dominant on Haven. And like you were saying, Minnie and Billy, that this team is one of the best at this map so far in Swiss.
Yeah, I think that they looked phenomenal. They did everything that I asked from them, and it looked like they were extremely confident both on the map and on the server. I'm hoping that momentum carries them forward and they get a little bit of confidence under them now. They are good when the theory is good. When they're aggressive together, when they're trapping, when they're understanding when to play for the retakes, this team can do well.
I mean, look at Nick. What a great performance. 18 and 6 and 270 ACS, I believe that was. But yeah, you kind of touched on the retakes there, Minnie. I think that we saw this in the very early start of the rounds, considering they started on this half. And it was really nice, right? I think the way in which DRG were able to retake these sites a lot of the time was with intention. It looked very coordinated. Not only that, you had a lot of individuals stepping up in those moments as well, including Vikashu, who we'd said to keep an eye out on in this series.
I do think XLG made a mistake in some of these post plants, though. As many times they're in advantages. Even here, like pushing into Garage and as a protocol on their C side of the map, it just didn't look like it was coming together for XLG. I think that they clearly have structure and they think about these ideas, but some of them weren't landing at all. And the man on your screen here, Vikashu, he even won one of them by himself, looking very strong today, this man.
Yeah, this is the form we wanted to see from the B-God himself the other day. We were talking about it, and he didn't show up, but today he absolutely did. He looked a lot more comfortable, a lot more at ease, and definitely way more at home.
Yeah, and I'm hoping on Fracture he can do the similar kind of things. I think if they played the Haven a little bit like the Fracture in the sense that be strong side one side of the map, some of the trap setups, let Vikashu work the other side of the map, that can be very dangerous going into Fracture.
Definitely, and we do want to break that down. I'm also curious about what XLG is going to do to mental reset heading into map 2 with Coach Hoiva over with Genly.
Plan and good read on your opponents. It's just shots weren't really hitting for you guys. Would you say that was the case, and how can you fix that?
I wouldn't say that was the case. I think we started really well. We just had really bad post plans. That was the moment that turned up the game to the DRG's way. So now it's time to reset and be ready for the map 2.
Right, thank you so much. Best of luck.
Afford to be bad at. This is a map that is all about those retakes and post plants, so I want to see that fine-tuned. Hopefully the theory is a little bit better there from XLG. I think Coach Hoya is right. It was all about those post plants early on.
Yeah, that's exactly what you were saying just now, and now they're going to have to mental reset. This is something that we were discussing at the start of the show today, that this is something that XLG needs to work on. We want to see a little bit more from Rarga as well. Now, going into Fracture, like Nathan was saying, he picked it because, you know, they haven't really shown any of it at all over in China, so there might be some surprises coming in, but we know VCT China like to adapt styles from other regions or perhaps from EDG, one of the top teams over there, so I'm wondering who they'll be adopting from today, if at all.
I don't know about adopting styles from other regions when I think about the duelists that they play, because they've been so Waylay and Neon pilled, so I'm curious to see if that continues on this map. No, in fact, they're going to go for the Waylay in Phoenix, which we've highlighted time and time again, Minnie, how important getting those Phoenix orbs to set yourself up for success with that ultimate is, especially on a map such as Fracture.
Yeah, DRG haven't been playing this map at all. It's the first time we're going to see it. It's going to be very surprising. I think that their composition can do the things that I want. They are going to be going in aggressively with the double duelist. Vikashu one side of the map potentially, with them going in, and then on defense, similar thing. XLG, they're pretty good at this map domestically, but I will say that I don't like some of the theory in China. I think that they don't do a lot of the push acts on the defense that I like to see, and I think that that is the key thing I'm looking for in the defense. Are they going to be pushing out, or are they going to be bunkered up and just letting DRG bring the game to them?
Well, let's see if DRG close it out. I'm definitely all eyes on Vukashu. Primi has even said he's afraid of him, so let's see what he's going to bring onto the server. Over to our casters, Achilles and Paper Thin.
I mean, with a performance like that from map 1, can't really blame him. Vukashu certainly looking alive and well here today. XLG, and now the team on the back foot. They are the ones that need to find this win to push it to that third and final map of Split. Otherwise, we will be saying goodbye.
Yeah, and I really liked a lot of the Waylay stuff from Spirit Z1 as well. Doing a great job getting info, doing a lot of really smart things, but right around the corner there, XLG trying to hold the line.
Curveball not going to be connecting as a quick refract out. Meanwhile, though, Light continues to push forward, finds that kill. Raga, however, from tower will be able to find one, but that saturate does not connect. Vukashu's headshot dies. Trades coming back in as Nick lurking forward in front of Jen. The tap of the plans, a rush out of the smoke, and Heavyweight going to be taken down. Nick gets the reset. He finds himself a second, and now it is all down to Lysor. Finds the first, looks for the seconds of damage going to be dealt, but he runs out of bullets, and Vukashu will be able to strike him down. 3 for 3 in pistols. DRG, they want this to end in a 2-0.
Again, it's that setup from Spirit Z1 to get that opening kill, and then Nick, the little reposition, the quick pivot on an OMEN. He has looked sharp today as well. DRG feeling it. The confidence is absolutely flowing. I agree. That was very, very good. The coordination for DRG here is so good. And again, you don't have any idea as XLG really what DRG is going to be bringing to the table. No buy-up to speak of at all for XLG, not even a bandit.
Yeah, can't try to go for it here. This defender's had a fracture. More often than not, you're going to get punished. Fairly empty B site. Quick rotation is going to be coming through from XLG. But the plant can come through.
They're just trying to thwart off any quick floods. Trailblazer does try to get some info. I just sees the edge of Vukashu. Oh no, wait, that was happening.
Silent ride of the rope, but Heavyweight going to be dead on arrival. Look at the try to get these picks, but Nick, doesn't matter what weapon he's got, it would seem the ghost in hand this time around. It's going to be good for another 2K. Swing out. Spitzy 1 will find Lysor. Flawless anti-eco for DRG to build up the economy.
They're just really, really steady right now.
Enemy down.
Hitting with the ghosts. Ooh. Even after the dink, able to get the aim settled in.
Let's go! Let's go!
And you can hear how fired up they are. Still a little bit away from some of these early ults for DRG, though. So XLG pivotal round here.
I mean, they haven't really been playing Orb Collection. They've just been running into the site so far and just killing everyone.
Exactly.
Raga at the same time, pushing forward towards Tree. Smoke is there, but looks like DRG want this to be a pacey hit into the A site this time around. Is the cage going to be popped? The camera's still going to be situated there in the tripwire. Not yet cleared out on the site. Meanwhile, that double approach on the south side continues to come through. XLG looking to try to have DRG corralled, and in a happy way, that is a big win to be found as Life will get taken down by Vukashu. Quickly trades it back.
They've got to break through Flexen. Spirit Z1 here.
Spirit Z1 pushing forward. Flexen, however, is going to be the one coming away with both of those eliminations, and suddenly it's 2 players left. No man's been spotted. Flexen just looking to try to swing out. Challenges with that Spectre, and he wins it. And that is a bonus conversion for DRG. A monstrous start to this map, and XLG once again reeling.
I don't mind at all what XLG tries to accomplish here in terms of, you know, getting those early aggressive flanks, trying to come from some different angles. They just can't win the battles. DRG is just better. It is coming down to shooting in some of these moments, whereas I thought on Haven it was a lot more of the macro ideas that DRG was excelling at. But here, that round right there, they knew exactly what they needed to do to DRG. Hold the line at A main. And you have that round pretty well established because you have Vukashu still up at drop. You have that extra angle. If you can keep a third, that's just nigh unbeatable. So it's going to be Sheriffs for XLG in this one. Playing it pretty close to the vest. And DRG is curious about if there's going to be another push out. And they're going to be very aware that, you know, this could be a round absolutely where XLG just tries to group up and get aggro.
Raga out pretty wide here, but that second peek is a little bit delayed, so Vukashu's still able to come away with that kill, but now that he gets taken down, Flash is going to confirm that there's no presence out on this attacker spawn side. Weapon can be collected, so Leo able to get a Vandal. Love to pass that over to a teammate, though, but for now, we'll just be taking that rope across the north side. Hammer Flash blinded out, the double dive forward, the spot out, and quite a bit of damage there on the Happy Way, but he's still able to find light. Critical headshot. Cannot find the follow-up quite just yet. Backpedal into the Nightfall send, but it's going to be Nick now eliminated. No man finds Spirit C1. Flex in, cannot line it up. Happy Way with the crouch, dodges the shots, and it's a Mastercard thrifty for XLG to get their first round win here on Fracture.
So this round to me kind of comes down to the fact that Vukashu is feeling it, and I get it, and he tries to go double down on that second kill. Sticks around just a little bit too long, and that opens up so much map space because then immediately WS Leo able to use his util to understand that there's no one in spawn. He can start leading that side of the map. They throw the Tejo drone over towards drop, towards radar. They know that's clear. They can immediately swing over, and they hold the line really, really nicely on site. So that right there, very good round from XLG in terms of using their util to get information and making plays off the back of it.
If they can spring back into the map from a round like that, they're going to be right as rain, but still plenty of work to be done and plenty of economy to try to chew through from DRG. Should be able to piece together a majority of a buy if they should drop this one.
I'd like to see them try to funnel an orb here into Life's hands to get that run it back going, but they were thwarted at the initial target over towards A main, so now they're just grouping up and kind of considering how they want to do this. XLG get confirmation there's still presence.
Flash out, Raga. They're trying to take this fight. Pop Flash going to be sent through, and he's going to be good for one, but Vukashu just counter swinging in. Strikes him down, makes it a 1-for-1, so run it back going to be gained in death. As WS Leo trying to maintain control of this position. Once again, he's eaten quite a bit of damage at the start, but it looks like DRG still wanting to try to end this at A. No consideration of a rotation towards B.
Just want to fight.
Gun here. Where is it? 30 seconds
Well,
left.
that's going to be sent. Pop Flash attempt there. WS Leo just trying to make a play, but it's going to be no man. Top of rope, the top of rafter. Comes away with 2. Spotted on the gun barrel. He's able to backpedal fast enough. Now, how are you really meant to try to get this spike in play? Nick will just be given the opportunity to drift his way forward onto the site. And Vukashu dialed in the angle. Finds the opening kill. Happy Way eliminated. Now a 2v2. The peek in. He's got to get it all done. Armageddon forces him forward behind the box. 3 bullets remaining. Toggles the camera for a brief little second. Now he's only got 1 shot. Gets out around the corner, and no man. He locks in a 4K to get XLG their second round.
Yeah, this is a huge round for him. Able to lock that door down as the Tejo gives his cry when he gets those multi-kills. The 4K this time, beautifully played. Using that util really nicely on the door open. Vukashu almost comes through with the heroics, but just gets put in a really awkward position because of the Armageddon. Really nicely thought out there by No Man. I think DRG there. Work that crowd, my man. DRG there just got tunneled on that Cypher ult. It just felt like they really wanted to make sure that they could get that in play. I think it would have been better if they maybe left one player there at A main, threw a bit of a fake and rotated back the other direction, but just really wanted to use the neural theft. This time, flash around the corner, nobody home. They're on a weaker buy. Couple rifles there from Vukashu and Flexen.
Oh, that's quite a bit of damage. No Sky this time around.
Yeah, no one can heal that one.
Stealth drone not going to see anything around halls. Curious if this means XLG will send another player back towards B, and it looks like that's exactly what they want to do.
Yeah, this is
I've got
good
your
patience
trail.
and good timing. Flexen watching the backside here, but the Seekers give away the script.
Yeah, great timing on this one. Cage pop door open. Seekers will just get cleared out. Still continuing to leave 2 players on that side, but now the rotation's starting to come in. Clear of that tripwire, the drift out. Light will lose his ultimate. Pikachu's able to find OMEN. Leo, however, trying to set up for that flash. It takes him too long, and Flexen is able to collect 1, but will get flushed out of the smoke.
I know
exactly.
Last players
Neural depth will have to be invested into this one, and Life's position completely and utterly given away. Tried to escape up the top of the rope, and he cannot, and XLG suddenly have marched their way back into this map, tying it up 3-3.
Yeah, this is just really solid defensive stuff from XLG. Playing their positions, for the most part, quite nicely. Love the patience there from Leo. Let the weakened Waylay go up and over the top. You got to worry about the follow-up players. Not much that Spirit Z can do one above you anyway. And everybody just kind of doing their job. So, timeout for DRG. First one here of the match. The Coinbase win condition. I mean, I think I'd like to see them just work the map a little bit more. It's getting a little bit too predictable, and they had a good idea there. They had a moment where they waited the drone out from the Tejo, and then they were trying to push forward, but because there was that extra layer there with the Seekers from WS Leo, that really kind of just nullified any advantage they had in the information game, and then they just tried to force the issue. And I'd really like to see them spread the map a little bit more here. Plus, you have a couple ults you could really talk about coming into this next round. You're going to have the Convergent Pass. You're going to have the Orbital Strike. 2 really big pieces of the puzzle on this attacker side.
Yeah, not only that, but wanting to maybe just, yeah, like you said, play the map, rotate around, try to play that orb collection game, get life, these ults cycled up as quickly as you possibly can. We just saw the one committed in that last round. It didn't end up leading to much of anything. Needs to be able to find that impact there alongside Spirit Z1. For now, though, it is going to be Pikachu leading the charge once again for the team. Saw the stat card there during the timeout break. Shows you how rough that opening performance was, but here today, Pikachu, he is showing up. Can they separate themselves from XLG once again, or will XLG be able to gain the lead? Some pressure going to be applied here. Full flash going to be connecting, the orbital strike going to be called in, but that one from the north side is a bit delayed. Salvo's going to be tempted, he's just trying to stick around and hold his own. Will only be good for the 1 kill. Thought for sure he would have just taken the exit down the rope. At the same time, though, here in the underpass, WS Leo has the jump on Flexen, who almost certainly felt like he was going to be favored 10 times out of 10 in that position. It's not committed to Pikachu. Pushing forward is only going to be good for the 1 heavyweight. Cleans it up. A 2v3 in this post plant now. Both players situated on the site. Double dash forward into the refract. Out of the open is Happy Way! And Spirit Z1. He has them lined up. And he may have just rescued this round. The saturate dodge. The headshot connecting. It's Raga. Into the 1v1, but the time is going to be gone. The swing out, he will have the spray down, but there's just nothing more to be done. He has to accept his fate. The spike will go off, and DRG will regain the lead by 1.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker for XLG. I think they play this really nicely, but again, the individual moments for DRG are shining. The fact that Life gets one in that position, really, really massive, but then you're able to clear Flexen out. A good understanding of where he's going to want to go, where he's going to want to position himself with that orbital strike, deal with it early. Saw that a little bit on Haven where towards the end of it, they were able to clear out a WS Leo at his Hunter's Fury because they overstacked the flank angle. Well, we'll see. But anyway, DRG's players bailed him out. That's all there is to that round. They just had some huge clutch shots.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a big one to come away with. As we do have a quick little tech pause here, where you just get everything taken care of. Obviously, time was gone. No way to really try to get that defuse going. But this has to be a bit of a mental reset, I think, as well here for XLG. You're starting to run it back. You have a round like that get away from you. You know what you're capable of. This is your map pick. You played the closer series between the two teams in their opening series here at Masters London. You need to be able to just get that reset through, get focused back up, and get into the game because you know what you're capable of. You typically, when you're playing against each other regionally, come out on top of this matchup.
I agree, and I mean, I think this is a good opportunity to, strut your stuff as OMEN, as the leader of this team, to really just say, hey guys, we're still in this. We made good big picture plays. Let's tighten up the individual stuff a little bit, and we can get into this and get back into this no problem.
Well, not too bad. We got through that one pretty quickly. Now we can get back into the action. As XLG, it's going to be a very mixed bag buy. They try to make the final assessment, see what they want to land on. Just a Bandit for WS Leo, as well as OMEN rifles across the rest of the team. It's a triple dish approach from DRG. Look at that, crunch their way forward into this A site, but for now, no contact to be found. Looking for that C's Molly. Practice ready, so just trying to scale forward, get a catch here. Here's Raga, but nothing to be found quite just yet. Some poke and prod, the saturate gonna be chucked in. Life looking for the reset to try to take down Raga on the other side, but he just cannot quite clean that up. But Flexen is now looking his way forward over to Sands. Takes out Live, swings the corner, and OMEN, the timing is just so very tragic. Tries to go for the util. And in the end, what looked like it was going to be a very scrappy round ends up being pretty damn clean for DRG.
Yeah, like the call for the timeout here to kind of spread the map a little bit, set up for that A crunch. Really nice job buying a little bit of time over at A main there. Life almost just ended the round by himself effectively. Raga finally able to get the aim under control. Nick continues to just be sharp. Whenever you see him, he's just clicking heads. But again, it's the fact that they get through Dish relatively free, and they just swarm through and get the flanks. Yeah, it's tough.
The frustration continuing to billow, and that means that it's going to be a timeout call now for XLG. So one apiece burnt so far on Fracture. Getting ready to go back into another buy round. We'll take a look at the Coinbase win condition, but just not quite there in a lot of key factors. It's going to be a lot of half armors and no ultimates behind this one unless Raga can get that early orb.
Yeah, I mean, I think here as XLG, you're probably talking about some of the ideas we saw when they were able to get those successful crunches early, kind of disrupt DRG before they can get really settled in, get into those executes. That's the kind of big picture stuff I'd like to see, because even though they're sort of in the right place at the right time, you have to give up a lot of space over at Dish there, and then you're left where you're taking fights and it's even-ish, but that's not gonna really do you well when a couple other players are on the other side of the map because of a type of default you're running. Now DRG just gonna swing right over to the other side. Gonna move Happyway and his util over to the front of A. Getting a little bit more proactive, our XLG.
Double Prowler immediately gonna be used. Doesn't allow them to scale. The season's not in deep enough either, so Flexi just swings that corner and he's just absolutely dead. Raga able to find the second. Zink is gonna be taken down. Life now trying to pile forward with that ult in play, but XLG are just shutting them down at every twist and turn. Life on the exit, and now the last one standing. XLG with the chance to make this flawless which will help them build up that economy.
No doubt about it. Great hold there by Raga. Talking about another one of those players who we wanted to see have a glow up on the international stage. That one, very clean. Would have to be the 1v5 miracle from Life. And there's the Cypher util on his way in, so should be pretty challenging just to even get one. Maybe get the plant through. It's not guaranteed.
Here's that camera toggle. Well, these players getting closer and closer to Dish. He's losing his window of opportunity. Trying to even get the spike in play. But yeah, we'll swing the corner. It's going to be a flawless from XLG. After all, it's Happyway. Instantly has the shot, and XLG trying to fight their way right back into this map, just trailing by one now.
But I like a lot of the things that XLG is doing early in that round, sending out fact-finding missions around the map and able to win the contact fight. You know, after a lot of that util gets wasted by Nick, quite frankly, he's just not really able to find much off the back of it. The double prowler there, a little bit questionable, and like you said, sees misses, so. Teeing up Rarga nicely, who's now matched Bukashu in the kill department. The two superstars for their teams hitting heavy when they need to. And a couple sheriffs, just a guardian for Spirit Z1. Bukashu with the rifle. They're gonna try for just a 4-1 split, but
really fast rotation though from XLG. Camera cleared out, doesn't get the dart. No, does actually get the dart through. Spirit Z1 having the drop down. Removes that. Trailblazer checking around Sands will be able to spot the two players out. Bukashu, that lone vandal in hand, arriving. Hits that drop. Nick is able to find one, but the trade up is there. XLG looking good as life, and Spirit Z1 both get eliminated. Now Nick is dead as well. The spike on the floor. Bukashu having to do an immense amount of work if they want to get back into this round.
Got the spike.
Weapon and the spike both do get recovered, and it looks like they're going to try to maybe re-clear back towards halls, or even maybe suddenly drift their way out of here. Or do they fight in the sands? This should be them dead. Open the door though, and never mind. They pick one apiece, they find their targets, and now the neural theft is invested to get themselves into a 2v2. The door opened up, 30 seconds remaining in this round.
30 seconds left.
No more. Bolts to try to work with here. Some shots fired out in Lysor, tagged to 65.
Weapon here.
They now have to be committed to this position. They just stack up, setting up that high-low. Trying to make this nigh impossible for Flexin to break. The trip cleared, swings in, and he cannot find a single kill. XLG tie it up at 5-5.
still there was hope here for DRG. The surprise maneuver through the doors does catch XLG a bit off guard, but then DRG has the neural theft. They know where the players are, and they just try to go and fight them. And they're making noise over there, so XLG can rotate into position to cut them off.
Here.
Just some head scratchers.
Here.
You're almost able to break through as DRG. Some opportunities.
Oh, Rarga. Aimlessly pushing forward that outlaw. A little bit of spam out, but let's go ahead and listen to the DRG.
We go. 把成回来，可以的。好。一来开 break， 被中。Yeah break。开飞机吗？提吗？开，一大是可能有趣的。能提吗？他开大了，兄弟们。可以，我可以丢一眼，我可以丢打飞机行吗？来，发 C， go， 闪光。压出来了。
Spike down, attacker spawn.
有没有？我继续，没事，挖起。可以来吗，兄弟们 ？OK。
Nick lit up, and it seems like DRG still scratching their heads trying to figure out where they can take this spike. The rotations from XLG have been on point. The Z1, the double entry forward, got the spot out here under this player, but Lysor is still able to win out that fight. The orbital strike is going to be committed into this round as DRG frantically wants to try to rescue it. Baseball set up life, drifting further forward, up through the smokes, but hasn't been able to spot out a single player. But as he tucks back in, no man is there. Has the kill, now the neural depth reveal going to be going through. Bukashu runs out of bullets, and Flexin runs out of life. XLG back into the lead with the potential to make this a 7-5 half.
They're doing such a nice job. Getting aggressive early with the outlaw. Really nice thought out stuff, because then they have them corralled on the other side of the map, and it gets a little odd with some of the smokes and some other things, but you're in the right positions, you're able to execute, you're able to capitalize. That's exactly the kind of game planning you want to see from XLG, who's really showing they have much better macro ideas on this defender side of Fracture than they did on Haven. Nick does have his ult, no man has an Armageddon. Not going to be too close. Maybe Spirit Z1 gets into his. Lysor as well, one away from an orbital strike. So a lot of things that can swing one way or another based off a kill.
Saturate towards tower. Happyway, however, just playing forward on the side, is still able to find life. Spirit Z1 just frantically bouncing in the corner. Will eventually get taken down as Bukashu warms up. Clears out Lysor as well.
Planted the spike.
A 3v3 now into the post plane. All bolts exhausted. Double approach from tree side. Trailblazer as well as that stealth drone trying to spot out anything that they could possibly get. Molly at the ready. Flex could absolutely slope this approach to pop flash. Ensures that there's no one forward into the smoke. Nick able to find the one, but Raga then takes him down. Molly invested. The swing of the corner, and Flexi just having to back away as Vukashu is trying to get himself into the tower. Knock themselves out. They're going to double face forward into this one, and Vukashu eventually able to win this to take it into the 1v1. The swing of the corner. But Raga stays crouched, gets that kill, and XLG, they rescue this half. So they move up 7-5.
Yeah, really impressed overall with how they're able to pilot this composition, use a lot of that information that they're able to gather. Good entry for Spirit Z1, but Isor takes him down while he's jumping around trying to change guns. Check the back corner there. Kind of an odd moment there where it felt like DRG was a bit mixed up on what they wanted to do in the heat of the moment at the end of that round. I think if they be a little bit more patient, flank out to the other side.
Yeah, feels like they should have split.
Yep.
So certainly some issues there, but as we go to the halftime break, let's go ahead and hear from Nick in our HyperX player moment.
跟小蜜蜂打，我觉得感受到一些的压力吧，但我觉得总体来讲，并没有差别到非常多吧。我觉得主要还是差在一些个人临场上面的一个经验的感觉。我觉得最重要的就是我们太懦了这场，对，就是感觉有点放不开，因为毕竟我们训练了那么久，努力那么久，终究是为了一场世界赛嘛。所以我认为在世界上能够完美的展现自己，是一件非常非常重要的一件事情。
As a signal to just stand and wait, but now an ult to the zone. Info there. Spirit Z1! A triple kill in this round. That double might just have given them another round. Sayonara again to try to clutch back, but the flash!
我觉得对，不只是我自己吧，我觉得每一个人都挺重要的。我觉得可能多少会有一点吧，但我认为其实这几天的训练的状况来讲，我认为我们其实整体实力是有的，但 该如何去发挥出来？我觉得得看我们选手自己吧。我知道伦敦大赛就是有不少国内的粉丝，就是非常多。我在台上都能听到台下的人在呐喊，然后我也挺感谢他们能够远道来这边支持我们吧。希望我们的下一场能够达到预期，然后不辜负他们的期待。
Into the second half we go. DRG starting off this map incredibly strong. Had that bonus conversion. But in the end, it's XLG out in front. This is their map pick. This is their comfort by comparison. But now they need to close this out. All of the pistols have gone the way of DRG.
You feel like, as XLG, you put yourself in prime position, able to bounce back after that bonus, able to come through with a positive a defender's side on Fracture. No easy feat for any team, no matter who you're going up against. Well, this is a real opportunity to send this to split, which of course would be wonderful. Always great games you feel like on there.
Flex and Vukashu both playing forward into the smoke. The push coming through, and yes, says I can't move forward anymore. Pulled the trigger, and he's able to find that kill. Vukashu gets the other now. It's just a little bit of trading places.
Wait a moment.
But a player advantage is all of DRG. And that's on the south side of the B site. Consideration given for a push through that underpass. They will just drift their way forward, and that does have no man isolated. Curveball going to be sent in. They're able to find the kill. The defuse now tapped. Raga able to find one, but it's immediately dealt with. Vukashu clean with that shot. Leo on the follow-up, able to find one, but now needs to try to separate these kills, and he cannot. Perfect in the pistols. DRG, they take another, and they are one round away from tying it up.
Yeah, they're really ahead of the curve on these pistol rounds. Able to tuck a couple players into a smoke and catch XLG completely off guard. Flexin gets the kill onto Happyway, then Vukashu going to work. A great flash there, no man, all on his own. XLG expecting more players to be coming from the arcade side of the map, so they sent their 2 of the 3 up in that direction. Turns out that it was just DRG coming from tree. Now Vukashu gonna grab an outlaw, maybe? Yes.
This is one of those moments where I feel like you could see the force here. XLG just opting to stick with full classics. They want to try to go for a hasty hit towards A, but look at where all of DRG are at. 4 players, just Vukashu operating alone at the moment. It's volley forward, and Lysor is nearly burnt to a crisp. Heal swiftly will come through from WS Leo. He's sparing their blushes there. They still need to try to fight their way forward against these 4 players from DRG, and Life is able to strike first. Lysor going to be taking down Rocket on the dive in. He's able to find a second, but Heavyweight gets traded. Back out. Vukashu on arrival has the outlaw in hand, and he dispatches them. So 2 casualties suffered, but DRG, they win out the anti-eco, and they tie it up 7-7.
They're just mirroring XLG the whole way here. Got the great crossfire set up. Oh, Life. That looked like a juicy setup to get a multi-kill. Couldn't quite come through, and Mr. Reliable gonna hold the line there with the Outlaw. Get 2 big ones. They are able to keep over 2 of those Bulldogs plus the Outlaw. All full shields, though, for XLG, as they did not buy up into that round at all, just classics. So they knew the score, they knew the situation. And DRG wants to start taking a little bit of space. They're getting pretty aggro.
Just relying on Vukashu to be able to hit these shots.
Yeah.
Peek into B. He needs to be headshots if he wants to take them down, otherwise he needs that 2-tap. Same time though, curveball into the haunt, the swing out from this hall side, and that is going to be DRG delivering themselves on a silver platter. 2 players getting a kill apiece. Flexen will be able to pursue deep enough to find a kill on Naraga. Vukashu quickly arriving on the scene to try to shut this down, but no damage dealt. Stealth drone able to get the spot out. He's been revealed. He turns back. He's able to find Heavyweight. I'm going to have to see that one in the replay for sure.
Here.
But this is still an arduous task to try to get this bonus converted. Seven rounds remaining in this Outlaw. Consideration on the molly, but Flexen pushing forward, finally able to get the spot on Lysor. He does connect with that shot, so we'll force an armor rebuy, but no bonus conversion to be found this time around. XLG holding their own. They get that lead back by 1.
I mean, I think the encouraging thing here for DRG is that they are being aggressive in the early parts of the round now. The timing just a little bit off. I don't, sure, why not? He's lucky he didn't die. I mean, the Tracers, I suppose, but still, incredible. He has incredible game sense, but, you know, XLG just being patient. They're waiting for that push out. They're anticipating it, and DRG just kind of kept shift Wing the whole way through. This time, XLG, big crunch setup, top to bottom.
Only 2 players home.
Launching smoke.
Trailblazer to lead the way. Stimbeacon going to be chucked out as well. Raga ready to go for the dive in. Let's see off to go. Well, it's just going to be the ping reveal. Flexen able to find himself a bullet between the eyes. Vukashu will be able to take down the enemy Sky. So 4v4 with the double dash forward. Rocket trying to take that space, but Nick pushing forward to top gen. He's able to find that one kill. Vukashu still fighting, but his back is turned as he strafes out onto the site in Heavyweight. He takes that every single day of the week. Now Spirit Z1 trying to block the 1v2 clutch, and the neural theft is going to be invested. Saturate to the side as he gets revealed. He's trying to isolate it, swings forward, but it doesn't find the opening kill. Heavyweight gets the eliminations, gets the 3K, and XLG get up to 9.
The more I see of this comp from XLG, the more I really do like it. You know, a lot of teams kind of raise their eyebrows at the China region wanting to play the Sky, but it gives you so much information on the map, and having the Tainho drone there too really does kind of make it easy for XLG to kind of pick the sites apart one by one. Now, Vukashu is still Vukashu. He's doing stuff there. He's up to 21 kills. He's giving you a shout into this round as DRG, but it's the ability of XLG to just slowly but surely on these executes, identify a player, take them out, find the other, take them out. You know, if there's a weird lurk somewhere, they're able to react to it pretty quickly. The comms seem a little bit cleaner, a little bit clearer. So DRG wants to take their final time out of the map and try to see if they can get into this and rectify it. It is not going to be easy. XLG so far has been pretty clean, pretty clinical, and it hasn't required too much in terms of spreading the map or running some weird stuff. They just come through there with a simple crunch, and now you're on a weird buy.
Pretty standard one, I think, for DRG. It's just a same with Vakashu having a Vandal. There's two ultimates on the other side that you have to be worried about, the convergent paths and the orbital strike. If you try to go for a pacey hit through halls, through arcade, wherever it may be, if you get hit by the convergent paths, an orbital strike is going to burn you to a crisp.
That goes there.
Let's see if DRG are going to be able to successfully avoid those or bait those ultimates out. Looks like Flexim just going to be going for a stinger alongside the Vandal of Vakashu. Otherwise, it's Sheriff's abound for DRG.
And I think they want this orb, try to get it into life to get a run it back going, perhaps. Or they're just looking for a surprise. Trying to welcome XLG, who's been pushing that B site. You know, maybe expecting them to double down. But instead, XLG is just looking for that early aggression again, being patient, just like we saw in the anti-bonus.
And they're fully anticipating a Southside crunch. Trailblazer, though, leaning forward into halls, clears the way. And that will have XLG now starting to scale towards that site. Just Nick nearby with the Sheriff. Stealth drone will be sent out. Sky Smokes, all three going to be committed. Not worried about that dish position. Nick just has to back away. Meanwhile, the three players will start working their way towards that attacker spawn. But Happyway gives it a consideration. He checks back. And just behind this tripwire. And Widely will be able to keep these players contained. So Spike now in play. DRG. How do they remotely try to get themselves back into this one? Life is trying to find the catch. Will be able to find one, but Lysor refills that space, takes down two. The Vandal now lost. And it's just Nick and Flex that trying to see if they can get any sort of damage through. At this around here, it feels hopeless for DRG. No real way. They're trying to fight their way back into this one. Nick will just get flanked. Roger will take him down, and XLG will get themselves up to double digits. 3 more rounds to go to push us to a map 3.
Part of the problem that DRG is facing here is they do have to try to take contact fights at some point in time because they don't have that extra layer of information gathering because they've opted for the double duelist. And if you're not given those opportunities, if XLG just kind of flips a coin and guesses correctly on which side of the map to go to that you're not, then when you're trying to make those push-outs like that, then you're going to have a tough time, especially with just the ecos in hand.
And now Vakashu has to go for Glass Cannon Guardian. Given that force in the previous round. Just critical disadvantages that could absolutely unfurl this for DRG.
There's no ability to confirm that Prowler here for DRG. They threw one through, they spam a little bit, and XLG just cuts sound.
Cage triggered.
Stone's made its way forward. Vakashu just tucking into the smoke. Trying to fish for anything that he can get, but it's going to be forced away by a salvo. Meanwhile, Raga diving up the top of sight. Convergent paths at the ready. Give it a consideration, but we'll just table that for now. With the plan, the Seeker's now available. Considering that Trailblazer first and foremost, but can just stay put for now. Run it back. Gonna be sent. Stim Beacon down. Curveball out through the cage, but the stun is in. Life held it at bay in a happy way. Snaps him back. Flex in. Gonna be tagged up. Refract gonna be taken away. Will exit there. Over towards safety. As Happyway tries to hold the door. Nick will be able to find the one. OMEN with a kill. And Raga joining in as well. Just locks them out. Holds them in this spot. Vakashu upgrades his way to a Vandal, but the time has just gotten away. There is no hope for this round. XLG will advance up to an 11th round win, 2 away from sending us to split.
And there's no money. No money at all for DRG going into the next one. And again, it's just so hard for DRG here because they're not able to confirm anything off that early Prowler. They have to just kind of guess that maybe that was a little bit of a fake, a little bit of a ruse. Instead, again, XLG just slowly marching their way forward the rest of the way through. And then DRG just tries to brute force their way into the door to clear main, and XLG just holds the line. They've got the angles, they've got the crossfires.
They've got the ultimates as well. Didn't have to use that Seeker, didn't have to use the orbital strike. It's just Raga's invested. So 4 Sheriffs and a Stinger to try to get back into this, deny that map point away from XLG. A little bit of juking there with a Trailblazer. Gets the spot out just on the 1.
Yeah, I like this though from XLG. You see the Phoenix, and a lot of the times it's been the double duelists paired together here for DRG, so go the other way. Quick rotations though.
Seeker's coming in. Up and over the molly goes Raga. Dodging out that damage. The reveal is there, but it has a refract at the safety, so Flexen is unable to capitalize off that one. Meanwhile, OMEN and Lightsor are able to find 2 kills as Vakashu and Light both get taken down. Just dead on the site, dead at Arcade.
Love to see him make a pivot here.
They slowed the approach, but XLG still going to be feeling so very favored here. They'll continue to rescale forward. Orbital Strike going to be coming in. Top of the rope there from Spirit Z1, and now he will fall. The cleanup is going to be swift and just. XLG. From a catastrophic start on this map to now, map point. DRG need 5 in a row if they want to see overtime, if they want any hope of closing this at a 2-0.
Lysor saw 1 bullet tracer and immediately deleted somebody. Incredible. But yeah, again, the patience on display. There it is right there. It's Vakashu, nonetheless.
Good target to find.
That is the best target to find. I mean, he's got almost double the kills of Nick, who's second on the board for DRG here. Operator for life.
This needs the hit, and it does not. Raga just swings out, takes the fight, and absolutely knocks him out of the park. Convergent path now going to be sent to a desperate bid. Refract out to safety. Saturate going to be lobbed in, and there's that orbital strike. There's that wombo combo as Flexen will be able to find 2. Heavyweight gets himself an elimination, finds the second as well, brings us back into the 2v2. Flexen unable to confirm the kill until just then. Andreas Leo does fall. Heavyweight take his weapon of choice. Now we'll just backpedal. Let's try to fake the footsteps. It does opt to rescale. Does he commit the neural theft? To try to clutch this out, to try to bring this map to an end right here, right now.
Where is everyone hiding?
Sends it. And it's a bit of a high-low setup. Takes the fight, but Vakashu will win it. DRG not done yet. 4 more rounds to go with the operator carried forward.
Still, it took a lot. It felt labored for DRG, but you do get that wombo combo to go. I mean, Convergent Paths hits basically everybody on XLG. And then the orbital strike, yep. Nothing you can do but sit there and watch it. Knock it out of the park. Happy way. You know, normally I'd say, just hold on to the neural theft, but these players today just seem to want to make the big ones. They want to go for it. Seen it with Vakashu too.
Yeah. Being a wedge. 1 charge away from having another online. Operator gets shifted over. Trying to watch that door's position, but Sky Smoke is there. Obfuscating for now. It looks like XLG. This is not poke and prod for them. They will look to explore elsewhere.
Yeah, they're getting curious about where the duelists are for DRG. Where Vakashu is, of course, generally going to be on B, so you're pretty well aware of that, but they've been able to still do a good job of nullifying that Cypher, using, again, this extra layer of drones. Happy way. He's got some reinforcements.
Making a lot of noise in this push. Spirit Z1 backing away from the angle now. It's going to be Nick playing forward and clean taps as he takes down 3. Monstrous with the Guardian. And that should be more than enough for DRG to continue to run this back.
30
have
seconds
to be a 2v5 as flash attempt can be sent. Spirit Z1 dashing his way through the doors of Curveball now to try to slow up this approach. And XLG are completely boxed in and locked out of this site.
1 enemy remaining.
Kashu arrives on the south side, finds Raga, nothing to be carried over. Still a good amount of money for XLG. They will have another buy, but for DRG, that is a flawless. That is a confidence builder if you're Nick.
Oh, man. Disgusting. Taps. Oh, the follow-up after getting happy way, and then the wall bangs to finish what he started. I mean, XLG in a pretty nice position. They read the play, but beat to the punch. 3 more, my friend.
Unfortunately, I mean, Nick, given consideration of that Nightfall, did not opt to send it out. Does have that alongside the Neural Theft. Ready to go. Face board and oh god, flexing. Able to find Raga. That one ended up looking a little bit lucky. Flash out, Life kind of catching a bit of that one now. Kashu's going to be struck down. Lightsword's able to find a kill there, and the Armageddon immediately gets called in. XLG, they find their window of opportunity. They think they can end this right here, right now. And Life, he will get taken down as Happy Way just swoops forward and immediately destroys 2 players. Swing in the corner, Lightsword finds Flexin, and now it is all on Nick. Gets the first the Nightfall across, able to connect onto just the 1 player. Double tuck into the corner, the heels coming through, making sure that Lysor's top back up. And this just looks nigh impossible.
Spike planted.
Tripwire as well in his face. Leo on the swing, gives him a freebie.
Bring them down.
And could that cost him everything? Clears the trip, the scale forward from Happy Way. The 1-2 face, and he cannot separate him. A massive round for Happy Way, coming alive alongside XLG. They will push us the distance.
Yeah, a really nice bounce back here for XLG. Really like a lot of the ideas in theory behind all of this dronage and information gathering that you have.
A map 3 to settle it all. One of these teams is going home. One of them is sticking around at Masters London. We'll find out who that is after the break.
Yeah, we don't want to see any slow plays. We want to see a banger on Split as we get the agent draft coming through real soon. And again, not only do they have no man on the team, they got Lysor. He's been there before.
Talking about Phoenix flashes, it does seem like Life is going to be on that Phoenix once again. A little bit of a switch up here. I like it, but he's going to need to raise the performance for the last map. He didn't look extremely comfortable there. Hopefully, a little bit better here. Lukashu as well, he's on that Vice. I think this is the big thing about this game. How are XLG going to get through his Vice setups? They're very good at slowing down the double duelists with the Thorns and the Wall.
Yeah, this is something that they need to consider, especially starting on this attack here, Mini. I think another thing that we should highlight is the fact that we're seeing the Raze and the Waylay on the other side, alongside the Sky. Clear identity for this team so far throughout this event. How much mid-aggression are they going to have to be able to take control of that space?
Well, we are about to find out who will be surviving another day here at Masters London. Is it DRG or XLG? As we send it back to our casters, Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Down to the wire, a final map to determine which one of these 2 teams is going to be sticking around at Masters London and which one will be making their early exit. DRG have not been able to find success on Split all year long. Not since the China Evolution Series. Can they find it here today? Conquer their demons. Find another map win on a global stage.
But it's got to start with Life picking it up on the Phoenix in particular. Again, trying to find their identity into this new meta, into this map even. Like you said, they haven't been able to get a win. They've tried a bunch of different stuff, so back to the drawing board again. Is it going to be enough? Meanwhile, XLG's been decent on this map. They are going to make a slight change into no man on the Raze. Tucked in position, but all on his own is Life.
He needs to be good for 1, if not 2, but the Trailblazer will lead the charge. Wide swing out, and Happy Way able to collect that opening kill. Life now going to be taken down. Blind is in there, and Flexin is able to find himself a second. But Raga, quick in reply, maintains the player advantage. Tag down to 22 HP, but the plant can come through. Kashu and Spirit Z1 now arriving on that screen side, and a dink is going to be found. Lysor taken low. Rarga taken down. Vakashu able to find the kill. Gets himself into a 1v1. But he's only with 10 health. A deep pull back from Happyway in a reposition. Could rotate up the ramp if he wants. Vakashu has to check every possible angle. And there you go. The approach now up into heaven. The flash at the ready. The turn of that, and Happyway will just swing and take him down. Finished the previous map with a 3K. Starts this one with the same. XLG will get their first pistol win on this attacker's side.
And it's just a rough setup this time. I mean, you know, you've been seeing some great pistol round theory from DRG all day, but into this one, just a little bit awkward because Lightfall on his own is just prone to being utiled into death, and he was. Now, there was a nice response, but part of it was they get a little help from WS Leo there with team flashes, and that tees up Flexen to at least get 2, so if it isn't for that, I think that's a much cleaner round for XLG. All's well that ends well. Ash here confirming a little bit of presence. Pre-fire with the Marshal for No Man, but he's just gonna peel back after a little bit of a ding up. Healed up, no problem. And Life trying to create a bit of a distraction on the other side. And
got a Sheriff and 2 bandits here for DRG. There's
yeah,
very real chance to get some solid damage in.
I think it's a good shout on your defender side of split. Life, one of those players with only a classic though. Right now, they've got a good read on this round to DRG.
Toxins going up.
They've really kind of sussed out XLG's tendency here. It's just, can they do any damage?
There.
Vakashu, the first to fall. Orb grab going to be coming in. Happyway, and those shots kind of dance around his opponent, but Flexen again is able to deliver on 2. Happyway and Rarga both are going to be eliminated. Gets himself a 3rd. My God. What a start for Flexen.
Go get him.
So you're able to find some significant damage here. No Man may be able to swap the Marshal over for a Spectre, depending on where it's been dropped. Would be right there around main, and that's where Life is now arriving, but with just the classic in hand. It's just so unfavored to try to make a real go of this. Sees the Spectre, but all these weapons are out into the open. He'll have a nice headshot, but No Man will be able to shut him down, and XLG scrape by with a 2-0 start.
That's really good damage, though. And getting some serious value out of this bandit. Oh, this one right here, great decision. Again, I like, we've seen this a couple times from both of these teams where they just let the diving duelist go past it. Just, you know, settle for at least getting 1. And it's really effective. Flexen's gonna have his ult coming into this round. And only a couple Spectres, an Outlaw, a Stinger, a Sheriff for WS Leo. So the firepower severely weakened after the damage done in the previous round. Spam through. Leo does get the identification. Wall popped. Dash out. As Spirit Z1 only down to 4 HP though.
Poison orb emitting.
Yeah, ripped to
Rough
shreds.
way. Yeah, very rough way to try to start this off.
Poison's off.
Especially given that No Man still does have the paint shell, so if he puts it in the right position, initial burst, we'll just clean up the kill. Look at the Prowler ringing out with that Outlaw. And he's, oh God, you know, 3 players susceptible to it.
Oh, it's Vice Util.
Thorns down.
Up and over on the entry, Rarga making his way forward. No Man able to still get on top of Nick. Barrel stops him in Happyway with that Outlaw in hand. Cleans up 2 kills. XLG wrapping this one up. A nice little bow on top as they look to convert this bonus, and I don't think that you can go for this if you're Flexen in Life.
I certainly don't think you should.
We'll just have to back away and allow for this one to go over. XLG, the best start really that they've had to a map so far. Can they find some more weapon upgrades? They still do have that Stinger and Spectre in hand. But this round is absolutely over, and XLG are looking alive and well. They want to once again dispatch DRG, this time on the global stage.
Yep, they're getting the pickups too. So the economy is going to be flush coming out of this. Just It looked like DRG had this round pretty well read, pretty well locked down. They've got the Vice util in the right spots, and it's just no man, fearless. Get on in there. Prowler, who cares? Nick isn't even looking at him. And then there's Happyway, who shows up to the party. Says, thank you very much. Thanks for the damage done. Oh boy. DRG players feeling that that should have been theirs, and that might be a sign of things to come. Still gonna have that Outlaw to contend with. A couple players full armor, of course, because they're able to carry over from the previous round with the save, but they're only cleared by a Sheriff. Trying to bait a little bit for life here.
Throw the ball out, make sure that there's no one scaled forward in the garage.
Went for a little bit of a trap play with the grab well.
That's an immense amount of util committed to this, just to try to maintain some control of that position. XLG will just pump the brakes, he'll keep it quiet, try to instill that doubt into DRG's heads.
I mean, the only thing XLG has had to commit so far in this round is the boombot. Prowler doesn't see anything. They're so patient, they're so aware. Life again in a one and done.
Now they can re-clear the Trailblazer there, they swing alongside it and Life gets tagged up. He's got the hot hands to try to get a heal, but yeah, I was gonna say have to commit this to try to hold the door. Will be able to find one. Raga gonna be dead on that entry. Straight back kill not yet found. Big haunt reveal, spotting out two, reposition to back sight. As Nick from up on the rafters is able to find 2 kills with that Sheriff. Life gonna be good for 1 as well. The cleanup is there. Life, that is the exact kind of round, exact kind of impact that we need to be seeing from this Phoenix as DRG get themselves on the board.
I mean, it's on a knife's edge. And you thought that maybe it would be the Phoenix burned alive. Instead, he escapes, gets a kill. Nick, absolutely deadly today. He has been incredible. He's like plus 14 coming into this map. Yes, a lot of that was on Haven, but he still had a solid fracture. He's going to need to continue with that, but it's more about the positioning there from Life, able to get out. This time a clear of the Prowler, trying to show a little bit of presence on the other side of the map while they scale forward here. Really close to Spirit Z1.
Raga, oh, the gun barrel's been seen. Spirit Z1 now, wanted to try to get that kill. He will. It's his first one on the board. Faking the exit down to the vents. Meanwhile, Life again, putting himself on a bit of an island in Happyway. Will be able to strike him down. A 1-for-1 at the end of it. And critical ultimates out of the hands of both teams.
Want to go over to the other side of the map.
Bring them down.
Try something a little bit different. No man could scoop up that orb, get the showstopper. That would be potentially pivotal. They're just going to scale up mid.
Toxins going up.
Slow walk up and flexing. He's now drifting quite far back. Will give up that space so Heaven can be taken relatively for free.
Poison orb emitted.
Spirit Z1 starting to lean back, but decides to stick around a little bit longer on the A side. Nick now trying to dance around that poison orb. Will get struck down as Happyway once again starts to take over. Another 3K for him. The spike brought to bear. Reassessing the plant position. But at a 2v4, they have the money. Do they really want to try to commit to this? Because No Man's 1 away from having a showstopper online.
Welcome to my world.
The pit will be invested though, as XLG do not want to let DRG back into this. That's more than enough to force them to give up the retake.
I'm completely fine with using the pit here just to make sure. I mean, things can get so scrappy, so wild, especially with Bukashu still alive. We've seen what he can do. This team well aware of it. They've faced it many times. Better safe than sorry here. And what looked like it might be a bit of a rough start after losing Raga for free to DRG. They're able to win against Life this time. He isn't able to kind of hold that off-angle position at the door and make much of it. I think you need to give him a little bit of extra oomph behind some of those holds if you want him to be the one to be guarding the mains.
And given the way that Happyway's been, just killing everybody, sure, commit the pit. He'll probably, almost assuredly get another one before the half is out, and that's going to be a timeout call now for DRG. Trailing by 3 rounds, trying to assess they can really get themselves back into this. Economy is still in a decent position for them, but it's a lot more to be worried about on the other side, because XLG, they've got money, they've got plenty of ultimates on the upswing, as you can see in the Coinbase win condition.
I mean, what's crazy about this is 2 players on XLG don't even have a kill yet, and they're still up 4-1. But I mean, Happyway, another one of those players that when you think about XLG, you think about, usually I'm thinking the 1-2 punch of Rarga and Happyway. Usually they're the 2 that are fragging out for them. So if it isn't one, it's often the other. They're both having pretty solid starts here. And that's a really good, encouraging sign for XLG, on top of having 4 rounds already on this attacker side.
And even though they don't have those eliminations, you can see 5 assists apiece there for WSLEO and Lysor. So the util's getting placed exactly where it needs to. Those flashes are going in to assist for Happyway, Rarga, etc. to come away with those kills. A lot to talk about here for DRG.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're going to have to really be a little bit more, I think, considerate with how you're going to play those main angles. If you don't give those up for free, it seems to lead to potentially better results. I think a lot of talk has to be given over to Life to make sure that he's not doing anything too crazy. I do like that they're giving him some help as well over on the garage side. Meanwhile, XLG, though, completely other thoughts about this round.
The convergent path sent out onto the site. The up and over from Rarga, just trying to avoid those thorns that do widely hold back the remainder of the squad, but as those expire, they can start to scale forward, and Fluxen's going to be found and have it Happyway. Taking out the Astra denies the possibility. That Cosmic Divide coming through for a retake. Now instead going to have to heavily rely on Life. Leading the charge with this run it back. But there's now that showstopper on the other side in the hands of No Man. The op looking for a scout. No one peeking the angles. Ult for ult, and Lysor, who's stood up on top. Immediately gets the shutdown. The paranoia going to be sent through. 2 players going to be spotted there, and having the showstopper still tabled for now. Turn to the flash, clear the haunt, as that's going to be Happyway holding things down at main. 3 kills found, technically on for an ace. But Spirit C1 is frantically trying to retreat. Bukashi with the one, pinned into the corner, trying to find any value he can possibly get. Draws down with the Sheriff, but he will fall. Happyway collects a 4K as XLG. They deny any access back into this map for DRG.
He is definitely the way right now for this XLG team.
1 enemy remaining.
Absolutely devastating, holding down the flanks.
He's 13-2.
Yeah. And a great little play from Lysor. Again, not getting a kill because it's on the run it back, but he's stalling out. He's buying time. He's creating confusion and chaos there. That's going to tee Happyway up. It's a home run, too. Absolutely brilliant coordination. Rarga trying to be set up himself. A little shoulder peek. Life can't find the shot in time. Just a refract back, and XLG going to see that Phoenix and try something a little bit different, looking for other things on the map right now. Looking to try to maybe get a little bit more information. No idea where the Vice setup is just yet. As we can see, it's at the front of A there. Now they're going to try to scale forward. Life in position. A little bit of a crunch.
Flash forward, and they're just going to run him down. No chance to even try to send out a curveball. Just overwhelmed so quickly. Spray and pray from Flexen, maybe catching one there onto Happyway, but now control over the spend. Bukashi watching on the other side, but it's just going to be a 1-2 pop, as Rarga will be able to win it out. Bukashi just cannot play whack-a-mole well enough. And now the site taken, the op still in hand. This Cosmic Divide again having to be tabled.
30 seconds left.
They're shifting into position, but surely you just go for the save.
It should be. I mean, maybe you try to scoop up a gun here as Flexen, but even that's risky business.
Can work his way over to one. Will be able to have it. I think Spirit C1 just going to be looking for any kind of exits that he can possibly find. But even this is incredibly risky. If you lose this operator, you cannot buy another one. He's picking a corner. He's sending out a shot now. Okay, will be able to sprint away. Rarga trying to chase in from behind. Get tucked around the corner, back into the defender's spawn. But Raga is out for blood. He wants to try to find this, take this out of their hands. The opening shot ends up missing. Raga able to find Flex, and he's able to find them all. A 4K for Raga and a massive critical overstep for DRG. They lose everything.
That's awful for DRG, to say the least. But I got to give XLG a ton of credit. They seem to just be a step ahead of DRG in a couple different ways. One is just hitting those flashes before DRG can ever even do anything about it. It's like the timings in DRG's heads aren't there. When that smoke goes down to cover off Mail, there should be a response from Life. There's nothing. But then the end of the round, they're just so desperate to pick up another rifle and try to go for something. It costs them everything.
Your fault.
And okay.
Here.
Now where has this come from? Yeah, screw the op, leave it on the floor. You don't need it. Just keep that Vandal in hand, keep tapping. Heads like that. Looking for a little bit more. He has a line up and spares you one a reply. He said he will not be able to get the ace, but my God, what a time to come alive. From a questionable push to losing all their weapons to just saying, okay, I guess I'll carry.
It's just the contact fight here, and he wins every single part of it.
Your fault.
Oh, what a tight angle he takes against Raga. That second one is unbelievably fast. And the final for Life, denying the ace, but at this point as DRG, you need everything you can get as clean as you can get it.
I mean, you also want those ult charges onto Life because he's still 2 away from having to run it back. But that is a lifeline found for DRG to try to get themselves back into this.
Scout destroyed.
Trailblazer cleared.
So many ults. You've got to find a way to get some value here. It's so much is great for retake is the thing for DRG. So they're happy to give up a little bit of space on this round. Try to play that give but tee yourself up style. A little bit of damage into OMEN. He slots forward. So XLG's answer to this is to try to take some mid space, see if they can find some picks.
C1 now maybe starting to feel it a bit. Wants to check back around, re-clear this Mail position, but has to drift back away. In the spot there on the Raga. He's looking for the entry, saturate. Not gonna be connecting, the C's does, but he's only still able to find the one.
Satchel out.
35 seconds now remaining. The blast pack down, straight up into the face of Nick, but now Flex encounters when he's back over. From backside is able to find that kill. Lysor's the last one standing, dead as Life arrives in heaven. DRG able to string together another round.
Nice stuff again from Spirit Z1. Able to just barely dodge that saturate. It looked like Nick again. Crazy good on the site there. Able to deny that. The timing with the blast packs into a drop down off the rope.
Let's go! Let's go!
Starting to get the energy going here, starting to believe that they can run this one back. XLG, though, they want to try to ice this squad a little bit, so a timeout call. Take another look here at the Coinbase win condition. Happyway still very far out in front. But also Leo still yet to get a piece of the action.
Well, like you mentioned earlier, Happyway almost into another ult already. One away from another pit, so absolutely love that he ripped it. I think there's a few things for XLG that I'd like to see them be a little bit more proactive with the orb, sort of collecting and funneling into OMEN or Raga, your choice. I'm fine with either. I think there's a few times where they've missed opportunities to collect just a little bit extra in some of these rounds. Maybe you don't want to give the information away and you're already winning anyway, but maybe some slight macro things to tweak, but then also just making sure that you're being a little bit more consistent. But DRG has learned their lessons. They're doing a good job now of absorbing some of that early util pressure, backpedaling a bit, and setting up for a counter punch. That's kind of throwing XLG a little bit off guard.
It looks like a minor hiccup here. Uh-oh. Somebody spilled their drink. Well, that's a shame.
We really should get like the sippy cups for the players.
I think they have them.
Well, but it's not like, you know, really on there
sure.
very
You
tight.
mean like an actual
like
sippy
a
cup?
child's, like a toddler's.
Yes, for a toddler.
Yeah.
That is correct. I think we should absolutely do that. Can we get Red Bull branded sippy cups for the players?
Oh, turn it back on.
There you go.
I love that. That's great. The best reactions of our players.
Well, shouldn't be too long. Just get the desk wiped down. It's faster than a first hand warmer.
That's true. That's true.
At least I don't have to worry about that here at the moment.
That one was a little bit awkward.
Oh, I'm being told we have a replay of this as well.
Excellent.
Let's take a look.
Slow-mo. Oh, right in the path of the high
five. Well, unfortunately, we can't see the panic, so we don't quite get that angel-esque reaction. We should just be moments away from getting back into this one, and well, hopefully for Lysor, he'll be able to recover.
It's going to be tough for him, you know. The mental may be in the bin now. Who would have known, but... All right, let's see what XLG took a timeout. Let's see what the theory is going to be here. Early 4-1 split. This time on the other side of the map is Happyway. A lot of really pressure up the ramp. Spirit up top, spotted.
Trying to get that free fire going. Roger still faces into this one, trying to set up for the saturate. Now no man to fill that space. Peeks in, was able to find the kill. Like a little exit light having about around the corner, gets himself over to the bedside as the Seeker's going to be let loose. WS Leo trying to continue to guide the team forward to success. Happyway at the same time. Completely unanticipated in this position, and now that's more than enough for XLG to say, okay, let's backpedal, let's peel away and get ready to join in with the Viper on the other side, but they're still expecting this walk forward. And I gotta say, it's damn good for Vukashi to still be able to find a kill there.
That's great patience. Great understanding of the tendencies.
Happyway has him lined up. And it's another massive round from him. 17-4-1 as XLG move up 7-3.
I know Happyway has a tremendous round again. I really want to give a shout out to the coach and the IGL here. I think the idea to find ways to get Happyway into a deeper lurk, creating a lot of that early A pressure with your duelists, and then that pause there, understanding that a lot of teams would react off of Happyway getting that pick up at B Heaven and immediately try to make a pivot, and instead they take the pause. Beautiful, beautiful calling.
Get out of my...
Still 4 ultimates to try to work with. Lives going to be invested immediately here from Spirit Z1. Need to try to make a go of this if you start allowing for XLG to get more rounds from here. It's just not going to be looking great when you shift over to your own attacker side. Smoke out 3 players on this side of the map. There's Happyway just scaling forward into this nebula. A little bit of damage from the friendly fire, but he peeks out of the smoke and he's able to find one. A player advantage now. Spirit Z1 dropping in, and there's that second pit now blooming. Happyway trying to make this unassailable. Shoot does have the steel card, and he's going to be investing that immediately. But there are shorties abound here. The push forward into the smoke. Spirit Z1 still able to find the headshot. No man going to be taken down. He's looking for a little bit more. Shorty coming in and Lysor to the rescue. Leaps forward, takes Vukashi low. And Happyway at 7. Drifts over to backside. He can continue to just poke and prod this pit to maintain it. Turns to the side, finds Vukashi and strikes him down. XLG up to 8, looking for a 9th.
But a nice little shot there. Great coordination here. And Happyway is absolutely electric. 19 kills in 11 rounds.
19-4-2. He's barely died. He's been killing everyone.
It's incredible. The patience, too. Oh.
He's 1 more kill than everybody else on his team combined.
Bananas.
Toxin screen down.
He has done so much here, and now No Man seeing the economy of his opponents. The thing is they do have 3 players that bought the full armor, so the Outlaw can only find 2 targets. Does have the showstopper in the back pocket as well. Looking for that opportunity so far. Vukashi playing that elbow angle very tightly. although it has been identified. They ping it out, so they're pretty well aware. So what's going to be the response to deal with that? Do you want to use some of that Sky util to clear that angle? And you just got to worry about Spirit Z1 up in heaven. Oh,
okay.
No!
Oh, Vakashi goes fishing.
That's the showstopper gone.
Catches the big one. Refract back out. The wall popped. Thorns holding them in place for now. Have peeled it on Araga, but it's a quick clear of that Trailblazer, just trying to disguise Spirit Z1's position. Will just be the full forces of XLG. Repositioning. TP out side of Garage here for Lysor. I'm going to try to re-clear Garage at the same time. Caesar's going to be lobbed in. WSLEO able to drop down with relative safety. He's not finding much with 3 players here. Trying to deny this plan from coming through. It's 10 seconds remaining. They have to make a go of this. The smoke now going to be blooming in front of Ali. Cover Divine, trying to keep the cover alive, looking for another one. And finds a kill. Lysor now swooping forward. Finds one, but it's a push into the smoke. Just absolutely gives up his life, but Lysor, the TV in the back. Below, kind of working against him. Still able to find the one. Has to try to split them, and he cannot. And DRG will scrape by with a 4th round win to close out this half. But that was so winnable for XLG.
It was some individual mistakes, but this right here, absolute backbreaker to find that raise that early. But I really would have liked to have seen Rarga just tuck into the corner. Pushing this smoke, like you know they're going to be in there, and he gambles, and he just isn't it.
Now, rough mistake there for Rarga. But it's still a 4-round lead for XLG. DRG, we'll see if they can run this back after the halftime. And back in we go. XLG out to a lead. DRG across this series overall have been clean in those pistols, and that's what they need to jumpstart their way back into this map. They do not want to go quietly into that good night. They want to be sticking around here at Masters London. To not be eliminated, to not be sent home early doors. We will see if they can make that happen, or if XLG will once again stand tall over this squad. Happy Way has been a blessing from a higher power for this squad so far. And now he moves over to the defender side, where he should be even more favored.
For sure, and in general, XLG pretty steady on their defender side. I'll say on split, it's not like it's super well favored compared to their attacker side, but it's good enough. And even going up against DRG, of course, different comps, but earlier in this stage, they were 6-6 on their defender side, so that would be good enough here to get them the win, get them the ability to continue on in the playoffs. This time, 2-3 setup. Gonna leave No Man pretty far back, mostly ghosts. Lysor continues to stick with the classic. And just a little bit of patience being shown here by WSLEO. It looks like they want to take a little bit of contact, but some mid-faking being done here by Light.
Yes, once again, Light's trying to play on his own, make something happen. WSLEO back up map. It's swing at the corner, and Spirit Z1 able to find that kill, and WSLEO's quickly going to fall there after DRG. Finding a clean start, not even a lick of damage. Suffered in life. Is able to find the backstep as well, catching Lysor in transit. Happy Way, swinging the corner, still clean with it. Comes away with a kill. Sets up the snake bite, swing in. Fukachu dead. He's got Nick as well.
Player standing.
And now he has to do it all. The 1v2, the ace clutch, and Life will shut him down. A solid effort, but DRG will take another pistol.
This is a creative pistol round. Again, I've overall been very, very impressed with DRG's prep in that regard, giving themselves huge advantages throughout a lot of this series. And this one, using Life to sell a fake up mid. Now, it isn't bid on super heavily by XLG, but there's a lot of confusion on site there between WS Leo and OMEN on how to respond. Spirit Z1 gets in so deep before WS Leo even thinks about throwing a flash or anything, and then OMEN just gets caught completely by surprise.
Minor investments, but also a heavy stack. Prowler going to be sent forward. It's going to be Raga. However, fighting the dust first is Z1 will find one line, so just trying to make that shorty work, but to no avail. Barely any damage suffered as well. As Happyway, I mean, he continues to do just incredible work here for his team. Belter of a shot bound. Will be able to collect that outlaw. And everyone is vulnerable to it, but he's just going to chuck it off the side of the map. Not wanting that to be recoverable. How much more can he get?
You almost feel like he's good for 2.
Keep playing like this. Spirit Z1 going to be the player dialed in on the angle with that Bulldog. And yeah, we'll be able to find the headshot, a 3K for the Jet and DRG overall. A clean anti-eco now 2 rounds away. And if they can find another bonus conversion, then oh boy, this map, this series is back on the menu.
Oh, for sure. Able to fight back. XLG kind of gets what they want here, but there's enough util in DRG's back pocket that they can throw in, you know, the molly, the C's, everything to just slow that down so you can't get up close and personal. Some of those classics in the shorty. Full rifles. No outlaw to be carried over, but life, one away. Really would like to get this orb. A little bit of denial. In fact, he's not going to commit to it. The paint shell's enough. Send life into another direction. That would be such a critical ult here to get this bonus converted.
I have the spike.
Instead, he's just going to be locking down mid, watching the flank for his squad. Seems to be carrying over the idea from the pistol.
Because of this double stack in mid, it's only Raga playing on this position. Peeking down at the bottom of ramp, and he is quickly going to be overwhelmed. That aim punch coming through from the Spectre, and Nick is able to find the headshot on the back end of that one. Happyway now wanting to get rid of this potential flank, but knows that they're losing time on the site itself, so has to just cut tail, rotate around. Meanwhile, OMEN will be able to intercept him. Gets that elimination back, brings them into a 4v4.
There.
DRG now situated in the post plant. Paranoia going to be sent, Nick. And a backpedal. Should have had the vision there, but WS Leo still just a little bit faster on the draw. Is able to find that kill, but Pikashu still alive and well. Finds the kill. Lightsword dead. Flexing out from main, trying to find that elimination, but Happyway comes in on the flank. Spirit C1 now getting involved. This Happyway tries to bail him out again. And it's just enough. 2 players surviving. Significant damage suffered, but XLG will deny the bonus conversion as they go into the next round. Happyway will have another pit online already.
This is still way closer than you'd like as XLG. It took OMEN winning a 1v1 against Life with a weaker gun. Get it, the job done here to really give yourself a shout into this. Nice! Nice! But because you're able to claim some of that space at Heaven and give Happyway some firing lines where he has been outrageous. I mean, 25-7 is filthy.
I mean, it's a carry performance. It's an insane carry performance. One that you don't typically get to witness too often. I mean, granted, we did have Kiko just a couple days ago in their opening series, nearly breaking the best of 3 single map kill record as well as the best of 3 record. This is a critical moment here for DRG. A buy to be afforded. XLG, their economy, I mean, given how rough that was, getting willed away down to 2 players, it is going to be scrappy, so we'll have to see what they're able to piece together on this.
Yeah, for sure, and I'm pretty curious here for DRG why they would want to take this time out so early. There had to be something that really went wrong, either in the comms or in something they practiced that the coach was like, hey, we need to shore this up right now. Feeling the pressure, maybe just being like, hey, we need to make sure we're taking a little bit more Heaven control or something like that. When we get that opening kill onto Rarga, like that opens up that ramp for us, guys. That's, a great opportunity to set up a really challenging post plant for XLG to dissect. Marcus got a judge.
Brought back, invested early. Life storming his way up ramp. Raga just trying to stick around, but he's just gonna get spammed out. That up and over comes through from the Jet. They get the spot, they get the spray. So far, they've only been able to get this Phoenix ult, but now they will have him dead. Here's Leo able to find that elimination. Trailblazer trying to scout around main. We'll be able to see the spot there on to Flexen. Repositions towards back sight, and Spirit Z1 maintains controlled screens. Nightfall gonna be sent to main, but Happy Way from on high still delivering. Oh my God. He takes Fukashi down to 10. He's gonna try for it again, but shot's not quite ringing out. Whittling away at the magazine, needing to go for the reload. Fukashi now gonna be found. Happy Way gets rid of Flex and the jump out of the smoke, and the double face forward. And what a rescue of this round is XLG. They get the Phoenix ult out, they get the Nightfall, and they get up to double digits.
This is ridiculous work. WS Leo with the Stinger too, finding some big kills there as to deny that heaven control. I think that's exactly what DRG was talking about in that timeout, and he's the one who shuts that down. And again, it's opening up that space for Happy Way, who is so good right now. I don't even know what to do. I mean, I'm just watching him because he's gonna win you the game.
Yeah, this is a Happy Way show.
Yeah.
We don't need to watch anybody else. Maybe Spirit with the Blades, because it's gonna be popping those going into this round. XLG, they are looking so very favored. As they're gonna try to play in the mid, Happy Way gives that consideration over to the pit. Just to not send it though, and I mean, he's just hitting Fukashi through boxes. Again, Spirit Z1, however, able to find a solid headshot. Raga gonna be taken down, paint shell layered in. As OMEN tries to stem this tide and this approach into mid, and even more damage gonna be found off the spam. Oh, solid, amazing shot from Life. Drifts into the vents. Gets the one-tap kill. OMEN now eliminated, and that's a weapon grabbed up for the Phoenix.
I mean, if I'm DRG, I'm going over to A. I'm like, I just saw the Viper up at B. I don't want any business. I don't want anything to do with that right now, but they're being patient. XLG also kind of thinking similar thoughts. They're actually already rotating in that direction, but the pause here from DRG, we saw something similar from XLG on the other side where, you know, able to get some damage done, and then they take a pause and it kind of baits their opponent into a bad rotation. Seemingly so far, they've done that. It's just,
bring them down.
Are they going to be able to suss this out? And it looks like they have.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead, gamble into the right side. Blaze wall set up into the drop down. XLG
30 seconds left.
Now have to wonder, do we try to go for this? I mean, Happy Way has been pounding, so you feel like he's going to be good for a couple. You know that a few of these players have been tagged. Do you want to give potential weapons over? Ult charge. Does DRG try to rally back into this?
I think I'd save.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they are going to do. So a bit of time to reassess, to communicate with one another and figure out how you're going to shut things down for DRG, but same thing can be said. Game plan, ready to be situated for that next round, but they're going to be moving up to 7.
I mean, I think XLG there had some okay ideas. It's just they got overwhelmed, and a really nice flash from Life this time to open up that vent. We just wait this one out. So, a great eco round. DRG keeping it close. It's just a matter of, can they muster a few more good rounds as we get the Mastercard Thrifty confirmed.
Yeah, Mastercard Thrifty to get within 3.
I hate to say
Still
it,
winnable for either side.
Probably best to play as a team.
Weapons now back in a hand, and it's going to be rough around the edges for XLG. What a start, and what a shot from Life.
That's perfect.
And Crosshair is already dialed in perfectly for it. You can see the frustration there on OMEN's face, feeling like he should have been able to get out scot-free. Well set up from Happy Way, rotates back around towards Mail. I'm curious if he decides to go for this pit again. Didn't commit it in the previous round, and this time, yes, will try to go for the investment.
See if they want to challenge it. They're at least going to spam at it, but Happy Way, no fool. Those that don't really want to go walking out. So many teams will do this when you pop that pit from Mail. Try to spam you, try to catch you cheating a little bit further forward. OMEN reinforcing the pit here. Maybe this time, a little bit of test onto Lysor.
Given how many times Vukashi was able to kill him through smokes.
I know.
I would have been shaking in my boots if I was no man trying to walk out like that. At the same time, though, Rara able to take quite a bit of space over at OMEN, getting a ton of information, but still that double commitment, wanting to try to get this orb into the hands of WS Leos, now one away from having the Seekers online. Happyway's going to be abandoning the pit, shifting his focus over towards the side itself, where Lysor is going to be under some pressure at backside. Kerbal connecting in Happyway, is able to find the first. Life eliminated, Spirit C1 trying to scale forward, but will get shut down. No man just gets the better of him, and it is a firing squad set up at the garage. A flawless round for XLG to move back up by 4, 2 rounds to go. And they will eliminate DRG.
That's that proactive defense that you were talking about over on the other side of the map that allows the Happyway the comfort to leave that pit a little bit earlier. Knows that WS Leo is going to be rotating in to fill that space behind him. Wins a big fight against Flexen in mid. And that just allows XLG to focus their fire at the front of B.
The team has finally overtaken him. 30 kills across the other 4 players. Happyway there at 28.
What a stat.
Yeah, it's still just insane.
Hey, he is so fun to watch on this map, man. He is all over the place.
Look at that damage on the Spirit Z1.
Ooh, yeah.
6 health remaining.
Need that back.
That's huge. I mean, Lysor on his own there, able to thwart any kind of push. The isolated player just puffs up, makes himself look bigger than he is. Huge. You know that Vents is clear off that haunt. Getting spammed. I think you're just going to try to rotate here through Vents, yeah?
I was going to say, if you just snake bite it out, got it deep enough. We'll just get the insta-give there onto Spirit. Opts to hold it for now. Varga again, left alone. As a Trailblazer will look to try to clear back around through ramp.
They waited out.
Gonna push, get right in alongside this wall. Flexing around that corner. The swing, ready to come through. And Varga will be able to get the adjustment. No one at the same time is able to find life. It's the approach. Looking to be shut down through Mail. Happyway here at stairs. It's a belter of a shot from Vukashi. To find that shutdown, there's a hell of a lot more that needs to be done. And oh my God, what a shot from Nick. Time, however, it's nearly gone. It's 10 seconds.
They gotta go.
Their way over here. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do this. They might just be giving match point over on time. The interception, the panic, and DRG scrambling to try to find an answer, but they run out of time, they run out of lives, and XLG are now up to match point.
I mean, Flexen there, just not expecting Rarga to be in that corner. It's like he turns and doesn't really register that he could be there, and Rarga has the benefit of having a rifle, whereas Flexen only has a sheriff. Wins that battle, and then they get caught. DRG trying to figure things out. But they don't have the time, they don't have the luxury.
They don't have much of anything. Some half armors here. Obviously, I'm just going to be peeling back around the opposite side of the Cognitive Divide. Gets the spot out once it's in the pop flash once again. Peeks it, but Vukashi out from main is going to be able to find that kill, and Happyway taken down. A 2 for 1.
Thorns are alive.
And for DRG, who can't be picky, they take that every day of the week. No man now. Making his exit, a check in towards Heaven, and will regress back at Garage. The paint shell available to try to delay. Run it back. Going to be committed first and foremost to jump out. Paint shell in reply. Curveball going to be connecting. He cannot regain his vision fast enough. Life is able to find the kill.
I'm gonna fall back here.
Raga now arrives. Vukashi still on that flank, still on the approach. Swing on the back. They nearly line up for him, but it's only going to be a smattering of damage found. Barring the 1v4 from Lysor, it seems like DRG will continue to hang around a little bit longer. Just waiting if anyone will give him the freebie, give him the peek. The DRG can just stay statuesque, make their exit safely back through the garage. Hold on to these weapons that they so critically need. Lysor trying to scale forward, but it's a well-timed and well-read haunt. Sends the smoke, but there's a star set up. They'll get a little bit more out of them as far as the util is concerned. Lysor will try to backpedal away, but he's going to be caught. Spike will take him down, but he gets life to boot, so some damage found, but DRG not quite done yet, but they need 4 more rounds to take this into overtime.
For sure. Whoa! That is crispy from Mukashu. We need a lot more of that, though. This is a great little round. You're able to sell a bit of a fake on the other side, create some space for yourself, keep XLG guessing. And now they're going to have the op in Rarga's hands along with that convergent pass. So some opportunities here to really do some damage and end this series. Send XLG further forward. Lysor, statuesque, just going to be sitting behind that pillar as usual. WS Leo.
He's going to look to scale back over towards male side. Flash doesn't go deep enough to actually get the confirmation, though. Pops it within the poison orb. Meanwhile, Prowler, similar scenes, not going to be able to find the catch. Finds out. Send one to the corner. He's trying to run this down before he loses his weapon, but he ends up losing his life. No man on the arrival around the back, however. Able to pinch in, finding one. Spirit C1 going to be taken down on the side, but Lysor will quickly get traded out. The trade up is there. Pain Shell committed. Life setting up the blaze wall, gets the heal going back through.
Spike planted.
Nightfall at the ready, immediately invested. Connection on the one. Rarga able to dodge that out, but needs a different weapon. Still has that operator in hand. Life could potentially just be their demise, playing from this top rafter position. The swing coming through, and Rarga's not looking for it. Staring over towards Ali, and now No Man has to back away. We'll go for the save, and DRG continue to hold on by a thread. 3 more rounds to go.
Really nice utilization of their ultimates here. Using that steel garden to clear that space up towards B Heaven. You know, force WS Leo to try and make a hero play. You hold firm. Able to turn the flash well enough. Even though No Man able to do a little bit of damage. Still a shout here for DRG. Just like there was towards the end of Fracture. Starting to claw back, but was that space created by XLG too much? Nice positioning there. Rarga was scoped in, so he couldn't even see what was going on up top, and XLG wants to take the timeout, wants to end this. Don't give them any more hope.
But you're also giving the opportunity for Nathan D to communicate with his team again. It's always a risk from these positions. Will it end up costing them? Will we see DRG continue to be able to persevere? Because the money at the moment, not good for XLG. Pulling off a Thripsy to end this series would be so damn impressive, but it also feels so very unlikely given the way the DRG have been able to play these last couple of rounds.
Yeah, I also am a little bit kind of scratching my head with having that convergent pass and putting the op into Rarga's hands. I know you want to use that op to lock down some space, but there was a good opportunity maybe to close it out on that. Now you might have to wait, but they are going to put the Phantom into his hands. No Man going to be the good guy. Give his gun over to your duelist. Let them try to do some damage. So mostly an eco. Half armor for Lysor. No Man as well. Going to scoop that up.
If they can pull it off here, it'd be miraculous. 3 chances to try to close this out. DRG on the cusp of bringing this to overtime. London, do you want to see that OT come through? No? All right. Yeah, maybe they didn't hear me. That's all good.
XLG fans?
They might be. It could be the case.
Well, it's just a matter of if Mukashu or anybody kind of falls into this trap. Said they're going to try to scale off the orb. Spirit Z1 left on his own to watch this.
Rarga going on a walkabout. Spirit Z1 just around that corner.
That's the Phantom. You're putting all your eggs in this Rarga basket.
Able to find one. Tries to pop the dash. He cannot make it out to safety. Spirit C1 quick to trade it back, and that's one of the weapons down. He wants to try to recollect this one, but Lysor, he puts himself out in the open. Takes an immense amount of damage, but Heavyweight peels back the pressure. His life will fall.
Now there's a chance.
A very real one.
Did Lysor not get the gun?
No, he didn't manage to find it, I don't think. Either way,
30
look at
seconds
Tops
left.
back up. Leo having the heals. Brings him back to full, but now they're gambling on the wrong side of the map and starting to get a read on that as there's 23 seconds remaining. And in transit, they can now grab that weapon. They're gonna have to try to play this one for the retake. Buxton waiting the opposite side. That ramp wall. Do they clear him? A paint shell available. If he rebounds into the corner, no man could just flush him out. Instead, it's just leaping over towards heaven for that peak. Last pack down. 2 is demise. Spirit out from main, able to find one. The push forward. W's Leo able to find a kill before he gets taken down, but it's gonna be Spirit. Dominant gets himself an ace to keep DRG in this series.
This is a really nice recovery from DRG, finding the open space and then leaving. I love leaving Flexen up there at top heaven and get a pain point on this A site for them early in this half that they have now addressed. Able to give the information over. And Spirit Z1 gets the Blade Storm, gets the kills, and keeps DRG alive. Another mid fight potentially brewing, maybe. This time though, Happy Way actually just gonna dump the Poison Cloud forward. DRG wants to get aggressive. They know that they've just cleared open vents with that haunt. So they've got an opportunity here. Again, 3 players over on B. I mean, XLG, this default, not really slowing DRG down at all. Happy Way, they kept pushing him. Would need to go big. Of course, you got some util here. You've got the curveball to try to flash up if you want. Instead, I'm gonna try something different.
Paint shell trying to hold them back. Paranoia as well, going to be layered in from Lysor. For now, the scale forward. Very slow on this approach. Seas won't find anything. That's a decent fan out on this B site. There's a no man poking and prodding, trying to confirm that kill, but just cannot get it through. Happy Way now, the one lurking forward. Flexing again behind the box. There's a spot out. The quick turn and Happy Way able to find that kill. Pops the ice wall, and he's just going to go counter-rotating back through sewers. Once again, Happy Way looking to deliver on a round win to bring this series to its conclusion. All of XLG getting clustered on that screen side. Convergent path is going to be sent in, but it's going to be Spirit Z1 again, able to strike for 2 kills. Raga and Lysor both going to be taken down. Spike having to be committed to. The plan coming in, but a timing from Happy Way out of vents, able to intercept Life on that approach. And Bukashu and Nick now have to do it all. The face forward, the kill back, the top! And DRG, they do it again!
Unbelievable. It's map 3, it's split, you better believe. It's a banger. I thought Happy Way with that kill might have done it. But Spirit Z1, he has been so good. And then of course, Bukashu, when you need him most, comes up with a crazy double.
It's unreal scenes here. And yes, the frustration palpable on the XLG side.
Another pit.
The final timeout call is not leading to anything but, like you say, another pit available. Life trying to get another run it back. Trailblazer forces Flexen quite far away.
I think they're really trying to get that paranoia out of Lysor, at least try to see if they can get a pick on him, but he hasn't been giving up anything. Credit where credit's due. Lysor's been a rock at that B main entrance. Once again, No Man has slotted inside of this pit to try to help out this top fragger. Curveball around the corner doesn't really do much other than just keep him pinned there. So that does open up a little bit extra space though, and WS Leo. Yeah.
The wall raised, the call coming through. It's about to drop. Sending out the flash. Knows that they haven't gotten the full entry onto the site quite yet, and Nick is just backpedaling into that one.
Down A.
Maybe thinking that Spirit Z1 would force him away. Not the way the kill is going to be traded out. The spike now in play. But Raga able to find Bukashu. One of the heroes of the previous round to try to keep things going. DRG Can they make it this close? Only to fall shy of the mark. Happy Way wants to say yes. His life, the ult is lost. Spirit C1 is dead. And he's just nowhere nearby. Held at bay, pushed away. Life, he cannot find it. The defuse is in. And XLG, they will persevere and send DRG home.
DRG gave it one hell of a run. Their map pick of Haven, tremendous. A falter on Fracture and just shy of the mark here on Split.